Sorry. So recording started. So me, Keg, Reese, and Wheel Girl, she's still here. I think she's been scared off. Was watching JCW Lunacy for past 4 weeks. This is the first episode we're recording, and this is gonna be the last episode we're going to record. Now, to be fair, we didn't see this episode. I just jumped to the ending. So, without further ado, here's JCW Lunacy starting with last week's episode. Say hello. Say hello, Kat, before you lose your sanity.
Hello, and welcome to the show. A show that I have imprisoned myself into watching for analysis. And I'm not going to say the bit yet, because the bit will come later.
Anyway, let's just watch the episode.
Shut up! Hey!
Okay.
It turns out Vito is not the investor, but the real investor.
Vito's not the investor.
At some
Oh
point,
my god.
you all need to do your
I
best
can't
to
believe it.
impress. Have
Big
good,
fucking
competitive
Vito was not the
matches, and tonight, Lord,
powerbomb through
The
a door.
company. The
Ninja
investor
Mac.
will be here tonight.
Ninja fucker through the air.
Wait a second. Where the hell is that crackhead, huh? Where's your friend Cocaine? You better deliver him to me. You understand?
Here, use that passion for good. Oh my
That's super kick to death.
Harry just ate it!
He had no incentive to turn on his friend. If that was his friend.
Well, either you're fronting your job and you know, loyalty. What's loyalty? Oh wait, that's pretty much what most people
Oh,
have.
Stephen Flo! Stephen Flo signed his own death warrant! Oh, Vito! The man's hurt! He's not cleared to compete! Vito! What the f... Get off! No! Vince Russo's in JCW!
Oh my god! His voice! His voice is so high! It's like my voice with voice! It's worse than my voice! Oh my god!
I can't laugh. If everything goes well, I'll be voicing my character in the RPG game we're making.
I am the new investor of JCW.
I am the investor for JCW.
Alright, so
The W of the J's and the C's. Jesus Christ Wrestling, yes!
You still go chicken hunting?
who knows?
Sometimes
This is
I
great, by the
do,
way.
and sometimes I bring my pet turkeys with me. They can sniff out chickens everywhere. And then they pull out their fucking feet knives,
Wait,
fuck them up.
he came with WCW thing?
Most shocking announcements in the history of JCW. Our brand new investor, it's Vince Russo. This is unprecedented. It is already all over the place. The hottest news in the world of pro wrestling. Vince Russo, the investor.
What, and not
Is it the
W-
hottest news?
What, and not WWE employee on itself? Or TNA or TNA actually get a TV deal for the first time in years? Yeah.
It's a lightning rod of controversy.
I mean, you're telling me, why is it so cold in here? Why? It's freezing. It's like 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, Jesus. I thought you said this was the hottest thing ever, and yet it's colder than hell in here. Colder than hell freezing over.
But yes, a high thing in professional wrestling, not WWE employee on itself, not TNA getting a new wrestling deal, not with not with Darren Bryan Pros announcing his retirement. And yes, I know for people the 3 or 4 people who's watching this on YouTube, I know this is weeks in advance, but this show this aired weeks in advance. But still, it came on YouTube today. Well, yeah, today. So we're gonna go with wrestling news today.
Now,
Wait a minute, 4 weeks
I
ago.
want all you people.
No, I said
So-
no. I said weeks ago, not 4 weeks ago.
Oh, so weeks ago, but doesn't that mean that, well, it could be any amount of weeks. But anyways, so so people don't know that Zack Ryder is the new champ, or what's Matthew Cardonis, the new guy? Like the new champion?
Or the outbreak is, and you can actually look it up on freaking Wikipedia that Michael Jordan is the JCW champion, and the outbreak, who we're going to see later on today, is going to be eventually going to be the tag team champions.
You're telling me that they put the wrestling zombies over as champions?
Well, once you see the current champions at the end, once you see the current champions, you probably can't wait for the episode where the wrestling zombies actually take the titles. But right now,
Oh,
here
God.
comes Big Video and Vince Russo.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Big Pussy and fucking Vito.
Of course, the heavy Big Vito who watches over the investment.
You guys are just sugar jerks.
Sugar jerk.
What?
Chugaloos. Chugaloos. No, lady.
What?
I'll take a rain check on that. Thank you.
And also, we're going to make you fun of this
No,
closed
listen.
captioning as well.
Fuck you. You know why? Because your mom's coming to my... What is...
Vito's temper.
Your mom is coming to what? What's your mom coming to? The oldies?
This I want to hear. This could affect all of us.
I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, when I came out
Yeah.
here last week,
Why don't you tell Big Vito to eat your ass?
disappointed in the
That says more about
boobs.
both
what
of you
I'm saying?
than it does
Little
about Vito.
disappointed.
And he's a big pussy.
I haven't been in a wrestling ring in like 20 years, and you boo me?
Wait. 20 years?
Actually,
he was never in a He's never been in a wrestling ring.
Actually, yeah. I was in indie promotions. The last time I've been in a wrestling ring is in TNA. So yeah, it's on the truth.
In 20 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're telling me that he's not been in a wrestling ring since 2005?
Out of the indie promotions, yeah, because remember that's where he got let go from TNA. Well, let go, fire, depending on whose story you want to listen to.
Oh my God! Hang these people with fish stockings, Jesus. Okay, all right.
Understand why?
You know, let me tell you a little story. A couple of months ago, I got a call from my old friend
A story? You're not even sitting down next to a fire, you shithead. Why don't I want to hear no stories in a fucking ring? What are you, Triple H? You gonna tell me a story?
I'm pretty sure Vince Russo is not going to sit down campfire, be a Dungeons and Dragons or freaking a medieval tale.
How about you just, you know what? How about you walk into a suburban door, take off your shoes, and welcome me to your fucking neighborhood?
We saw that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I want Vinny to do it, 'cause fuck Vinny. Fuck this stupid asshole.
Remember, there was 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
4 minutes and I'm already done.
And 1 hour and 30-second and 1 hour and 20-minute program.
Yeah, Reese, put a fucking pole through him. He's roasted. Fuck it. He's a rotisserie. He's a gray rotisserie. We have to fucking roast his hair so that it's not gray. It's just ass brown.
And remember, as I ranted a couple of days ago, to at least the group here, this this is supposed to attract Reese and Real Girl. Me and Keg are J wrestling fans. The entire goal of Vince Russo is to attract Reese and Wheel Girl, and Reese already tapped out, and Wheel Girl's nowhere to be found.
Oh, this is shit. This
But-
is like watching a guy taking a fucking swim in a kiddie pool of diarrhea. Jesus Christ, this is so bad.
Like I said, we're J wrestling fans.
Oh my God.
Ant-Man, who's pretty much standing silent. The goal is to attract him to watch it week after week after week from this point on.
This is 4 minutes in. I can't aim. I don't know if I can make it. Okay, keep going.
And Joe asked me if I was interested in investing in his company because he wanted to bring it to the next level.
He wanted to bring
I
it to the
told
next
Joe
level.
that I would think about it, but
Why
then I
didn't he
never heard
Why did
back
he have to
from
go for the
Joe.
flagpole? Why didn't he just
But
use
I
the warp
heard
zones like
back
the rest
from
of
Joe.
Yeah, say again.
He paid for the flagpole when he should have gone for the warp zone.
Oh boy.
Jesus. I'm dying.
Don't give us any idea. Don't give us any ideas. We don't know how it's going to be on a pole match, but let's keep going. We have a lot this more to go.
Lawyers.
Oh, jeez.
And I said, why ain't I hearing from Joe? And they informed me that Joe was wrapped up in his tour. ICP had a big tour. And Joe basically told his lawyers, find an investor. I don't care who it is, find the capital. We need the capital to bring this company to the next level. I was informed that there were a lot of bids. So, Bro Sports and Entertainment.
Wait, stop. Bro Sports and Entertainment?
I don't want to hijack the show. I'm just trying to get through this.
Like I said, this is the first time I hear this too.
Bro Sports and Entertainment. Bro.
So when is Matt Riddle gonna be signed? I'm just saying.
Bro.
Made a bid. You think the name would have tipped it off, but it didn't.
No, because Matt Riddle's. Go ahead, play.
It didn't tip us off
here
because
I am,
we didn't think it was
investing
real,
in
Vinny.
this company.
Who the fuck would name their
JCW.
conglomerate Bro Sports and Entertainment? You know?
Yeah. Remember, from the same person who's named his gaming company Creative Chaos Games. So I'm not saying I can't exactly bash Vince Russo says I'm not exactly an expert on naming myself.
Oh no, but why would you pigeonhole yourself into such a skinny idea like that? It's bad. Like the word I just said. But worse.
Let's continue.
Let me explain to you why you should be kissing my big New York ass. Let's
No,
take a
and
look
fuck you,
at
New York
who
ass,
these
with
other
fucking Kai Green's
investors
big
may
black
have
steroided up dick. Fuck you.
What about JCW?
Jersey's better anyways.
selling to
Fuck
the
off.
Saudis?
Just a little bit.
What about JCW sell to Of course, gonna bring the Saudis.
Oh no, I think I was a little too ornery for guests over at Admin's house. Anyways,
Let's continue.
let's sell them to the Saudis. Yeah, let's sell them to the Saudis. That'd be a good idea.
Oh I think I'm going to lose my mind. Thank God I got take most of my pills today, except for the two I need to go to sleep.
What about that? What about that? You guys would have flew over to Saudi Arabia. I don't even think you know where that is. So you guys would have flew over there wearing your clown makeup, and what? They were going to welcome you with open arms. I'll tell you one thing. Your women were not getting into that country. So you should thank me.
But he thinks that the Saudis would treat him with more respect than people with literal clown makeup on.
Yeah. Like, oh, he went to WWE. He could have sold out. Oh, boy. Let me went to continue this rant. I'm pretty sure TNA is going to be involved in this.
He could have sold out.
But instead, he got me.
He couldn't sell out a fucking
and
Matchbox.
I am here to tell you the way it is.
But, you know,
now,
I could have sold out.
Man.
I could have been a contender.
To ICP,
I could have shown up to it. Vinny is the only. Vinny was the only guy to make it to his one-man orgy and walk out. It's that bad. It's that terrible. He was the only one invited. He was the only being treated like king. I have the biggest cock in the world. And he walked in, looked at himself in the mirror and said, "Now I can do better." And then just walked out.
Remember if someone's watching on YouTube, this is my co-host. This is one of my co-hosts for the return of Bad Match Cinema. I found the riff list.
I'm just saying, it's like, look, I can tone it down quite a bit.
No, keep it up. Come on, this is entertainment.
I know. Just let me try and put on the facade of being civil here. So this will go somewhere, I swear. So his idea is, I'm the guy, I am the man, I am the savior, the messiah that's going to save and bring this promotion to the next level. My first order of business: treat you all like shit. Doesn't that just sound like everybody should go out and buy a ticket?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of movies and game companies that went out of business.
Let me introduce you to the most comfortable stool / ottoman you've ever sat on. It is made with velvet upholstery. Oh, hey, what are all those things on it that's super shiny? That is some acid-laced razor wire and tacks. Brass tacks that would break off in your ass. And I swear to you, it's the most comfortable thing you'll ever sit on. Well, okay, it looks like I can get tetanus from that, Vinny. You know who? You're adding brain cells to this equation. It's fun. It's entertainment. Why would you, just take these brain cells, tell him, hey, go take a hike, jump in a lake. Why are you trying to stomp on this guy's business? I mean, he's trying to sell you picnic baskets to a fucking picnic in hell. Let's go. It's going to be fun. You're going to have Satan. You're going to have everybody you ever hated that was a piece of garbage. It's a fun time, but it isn't hell.
Oh, boy.
Unlimited seating.
It's going to be less to the worst humanity has to offer. And I hope you brought some ice because, well, it's going to melt, but anyway. Continue.
Give it up for them. All right, I know. Okay, we know the alphabet.
You do know the alphabet?
This company. Joe started this company in 1999, 26 years ago.
27, moron.
mark that is in professional wrestling.
0 counts as a year.
But we gotta be honest. He has a fan base of all of you.
God damn it!
You may be loyal,
I missed the. God damn it! I missed the starting of this.
are simply
Oh hey,
not
this is Wheel Girl by the way. And by the way, we're also recording this to show the reactions.
JCW
I'm sorry, I passed out for a bit.
By any means
To be fair, you didn't really miss that
necessary.
much.
We're only about 7 minutes in.
It's just Vince Russo running the audience down.
Everybody get the hell out of the building. Wipe that shit off your face. We're charging you $5 extra to come back in. And there's no more Faygo juice for no one.
God damn it! You know, Faygo's a soda, you dumbass.
So
I really want to know
man,
how
I
Faygo
don't know about you people.
got associated with the ICP.
Well, long story short, the ICP used to buy a bunch of Fingal juice for the audience, so it's not a sponsor. They just buy a bunch of it for the audience to drink. So,
Like Faygo, to the best of my knowledge, is like Shasta, out west. It's
What Wheel Girl asked, however, is what does it have to do with ICP? And the answer to that is
I asked how they got associated with
they're-
ICP. I didn't ask if it was a sponsor.
they consider themselves something of a church because they're Christians, and they use Faygo to baptize their audience members.
wait, what? I thought they just brought Fingal juice for the audience members. I didn't know about the baptism.
Yeah, that's how they baptize their juggalos.
oh wow, so I never could have been a juggalo.
Neither to I.
I don't want to
And that must
baptize
have been-
myself in Faygo. That's like saying, hey, you want to baptize yourself in some Moon Mist? Oh, I love Moon Mist, but I might drink it instead of get baptized in it. But then it'll turn into piss, and I don't know. I don't want to get baptized in my own piss,
In fact, the first 7 albums was the big was what led to the revelation that they are in fact Christians. That's what the whole dark combo is all about.
That must have been a long thing because I remember that Rego and Faygo and then one of the alien characters within the Homestuck universe came trying to call ICP blasphemy because their religion resembled what the same clown posse shenanigans.
And for once, I'm actually glad I am recording this because this is news to me. Anyway, let's continue with
I think this was also revealed during one of the songs. I can't remember, but a long time ago when they were kids, they ripped the wings off of a butterfly, and somewhere along the line they made a pact to where they were going to be good people, to where if they go to heaven, they can apologize to the butterfly.
They were children.
I guess so.
They were children.
Everybody was a child at some point.
Makes
Well,
sense.
True. I remember well, at least I was a teenager. Today I wish I had one. A Super Soaker 2000, even though they've been took off the shelves immediately because they actually injured people. But fuck that! I want a high power water gun.
This is why I learned from a Native American friend who is that also a huge juggalo.
Anyway, I remember kids were watching this program. Reese, the person just spoke, and we're going to the person about to speak right now. These are people that Vince Russo wants to come to watch next week. Me and Keg, Jay wrestling fans, he wants us out. Go ahead.
I wanted to know what how far into the episode are you, and what?
Ironically, want to start to stop. We're about 10 minutes at the episode.
Did I miss anything?
This was the audience, so nothing.
You literally missed nothing but talking about nothing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just check out those first 10 minutes afterwards.
All right.
but New Yorkers shoot straight. There are going to be some changes.
That's a lie.
Some things have got to go. And those changes may start from the bottom and work all the way to the top. But I want you guys to remember one thing. Whatever happens from this point forward, I do it all for the Juggalos. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Tough to read. The web that Vince
Not
Russo
Iron
is
Man.
spinning.
Yes. If you recognize this, this is Vince Russo's WCW theme
To the
song.
next level, but
Yep, he actually came out to Iron
by any
Man.
means necessary
Huh.
makes. Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
Speaking of
I didn't think
being
Vince
worried,
Russo had a Vince Russo had they travel or Vince McMahon had
About
things.
$10,000.
Well, all the map
Jeff's
themes.
time is running out. Maybe Jeff the ref will be one of those changes.
I can't take anything he said seriously.
By any means necessary. There are going to be
What the fuck am I
changes
looking
coming.
at?
Vince Russo.
I can't take anything he said seriously because New York. He said New Yorkers are straight shooters, and I know for a fact that's a lie.
Vince
I'm pretty sure next
I'm
time.
distracted by one thing. This guy decided to tattoo his face with her. What did he do to his face?
I'm pretty sure next time Death's get on, will ever speak to Jason/Felicia again. I'm pretty sure you're gonna say it's bullshit.
For what? Oh, you mean for New Yorkers?
Yeah.
No, I mean in my experience, New Yorkers are generally dicks.
What about the opposition of the same?
Alright, so this your main event. The Monster Factory versus Outbreak versus Duster and the Brain versus the versus the JCW Tag Team Champions, the Brothers of Funstruction.
So we got monsters, zombies, the treatment of this crew, and clowns.
And the Clowns are the Tag Team Champions. At least at the this taping.
There, Monster Corporation, Alec Price, and Jordan Oliver.
Oh God, there's still an hour
And
left.
of course, the Outbreak.
I have an hour left of this
I
shit.
love all
Oh God.
these teams. I love the
I might have
destruction,
used up all
but I
my
gotta
good lines
tell you,
early.
Outbreak, they are gunning hard for those titles. They want that JCW Tag Team Championship, and I think
It's a
tonight is gonna
championship
be a
match?
blockbuster night.
Yeah, like I said, these guys are Tag Team Champions. The
God.
Clowns.
Hang in there, buddy. Only 12 more segments to go.
Oh man, the water that I drank earlier it's not even waiting to get processed. It wants to leave now. Not later, but now.
Or I could go to the bathroom real quick. I just paused it.
No, let's just keep going through. I probably deserve this pain.
My
Oh
undead
Lord.
buddy.
Hollywood Haley J is in the house. Her first time defending that championship. She won.
Oh hey, we have Hoy and Hoy
Katrina Creed is a new
That's
face
great.
of the block, but she's already proven herself more than formidable, hasn't she?
Let's see her test herself against Hollywood.
But right now, it's questions. Everybody's speculating what Vince Russo's arrival in JCW means for the future of this company. And we got comments earlier today from someone who knows Vince Russo very well. He shared a place of employment with him for upwards of a decade.
That almost
That's the
sounds like a
Tennessee
name
Cowboy,
Beavis and Butthead
Vince
would make fun of during a Beastie Boys song.
Gardenia.
Russo for like
Gardenia.
10 years. What do you think?
Man,
Man,
I've
I've seen the Vince Russo, man, when he's passionate about something, when he has the drive about
Man,
something.
I
when he
gotta
believes
say,
in
y'all
something, you
need to
better believe
stop
he's gonna
blowing
get
this
one right.
motherfucker
But I've
like
also seen-
he's the messiah of your fucking career. You know? It just ain't right. It ain't right. You did a lot of good work, James Storm, but I tell you, you should be floating down a creek. And I say that with my Uton accent, because that is just the epitome of blowing a guy for your career.
Like,
without seeing you actually put the slong in your mouth.
I hate to bash Dave Joe. I know he's passionate about being being wrestler, but in all honesty, he should be down there with Bobby Roode as a producer of WWE. But
Well,
anyway,
he don't want no money, so it's fine.
The Vince Russo, that's a complete fucking dick. I mean,
Well,
they
there
had
you
me
go.
running around saying buckaroo on TV for like 8 months. But I put it like this: I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna drink a cola.
I mean, it's entirely possible that Vince Russo is responsible for Generation Me.
This could be a great thing for JCW.
You know, Generation Me.
Now, to be fair, Vince Russo promos every wrestling promoter that's not Tony Khan hate the Young Bucks.
Well, everybody hates the Young Bucks because A, they're not young, and B, they're not bucks.
And you mean so you don't mean see their promos annoying twats?
I mean, look, to paraphrase Dave Meltzoff, it'll work for that room, but not anywhere else. And I think that history would bear me out, because do people really care about the Bucks? No. Do people really care about Colt Cabana? Sometimes. Do people really care about Field Brooks? Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, enough to
I
give
don't
him a
like
job.
any of them, but you know.
Oh boy.
It ain't for me.
Or it could be a complete shit.
It rhymes with 3.
Good thing I got a case of these.
Yay, commercials! The best part of the show.
Now,
we can wonder who the fuck is what and where they're from and where they come from.
Now, for the audience members that won't remember, I have YouTube Premium, so these are the in video commercials. Yeah, I can skip them, but
they're mid rolls, you know.
I guess you have a female rapper for this.
I guess so. I want to listen to Run DMC to watch proper rap.
Chicago, get ready.
I don't know what all that was because they didn't say why they wrote that about.
I don't know.
But meanwhile, here's another. Well, is that crossing of multiple different small wrestling federations called Frozen Fury.
The meet and greet is open to all ticket holders with the doors opening at 5:30 p.m. Purchase your reserved seat tickets by November 20th and you'll receive a free Frozen Fury t-shirt.
It really would kill people on the indies to try and do a match to make wins, you know? Fuck you, Tully. You're not an asshole.
Meanwhile, the Big Field show.
What's this?
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, at the two bastards being an annoying twats.
Next up on Vito and Vinny.
I think Vince Russo's. Yeah, I think Vince Russo.
This neighborhood thing, give me this.
I think Vince Russo's
the
bad
AI
at Vinny and Pat.
subtitles are better than the writing of the show by a lot.
Why do I feel like, okay, I guess Vince Russo realized what Vinny has done before he showed up and I was annoyed.
Let's see.
He looks like he's trying to hold in his shit, but he can't.
Does this look like the neighborhood to you?
In an office, I am the investor.
The neighborhood?
You are supposed to have my
What are you, fucking Charles in charge?
Bro, where's the neighborhood?
I guess it's a mafia neighborhood, but
where's the neighborhood? The neighborhood
guess
is somewhere where Mr.
I
Rogers
guess-
lives.
Vinny, I guess Vinny expected something else, and Vince Russo's not dealing with his bullshit.
I'm not gonna make fun of the mafia because, like I said, my hometown, like at least a third of the hometown is mafia is Italians. I'm pretty sure some of them are in the mafia.
But I've known
You're not
some.
directly
I've
mock-
known some.
You're not directly
some
mocking them. You're
Italianos,
mocking
okay?
this dumbass.
True.
They're not stereotypical. You know, at least the ones that I had met over my life. You know, they're not like Big Pussy and you know,
Vinny Roo.
Vito here. Yeah, it's like these guys are just like when you hear the term "guinea bastard," this is what they're talking about. They're not talking about Italianos. You know, they're talking about mooks from Brooklyn and adjacent borough. That's what they're talking about when they talk about people from the neighborhood.
Unfortunately, I know because it's New York or nothing. Yeah. Tell C if this video gets to Seawall, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna have something to say about how Texas is superior. But let's not get into state wars right now, since I'm in the armpit of the country and proud of it. So let's continue.
Well, you said New York and nothing. They're definitely nothing.
No, I meant what Seawall was saying since he's in Texas.
Yeah, well, I mean, so
Anyway, let's continue.
he lives in a desert.
He lives in the desert part of
This is a place of business.
Texas.
You gotta get
No,
yourself
Texas is a
under
desert.
control.
All right.
Now listen,
Like what-
I got a big meeting. I'm leaving for the meeting. I gotta go to the hotel. Okay,
What are you
bro?
going to the hotel
Bro,
for?
I told you you don't shit where you eat. I
Right.
taught you that a long time ago.
I know.
But if I'm gone, what
You
does that
don't
mean?
shit where you
I
eat.
got to be a businessman.
You gotta be in charge.
You
bro.
gotta
I
be a
gotta
businessman?
Be able to trust you,
You
man.
can trust me. I
Bro,
promise.
you gotta understand something.
You
Let me tell
gotta
you something.
trust
Bro,
me, man.
Refresh my memory. Weren't you running around in a dress at some point? Weren't you doing that, bro?
I was under investigation.
They brought that up,
I was under investigation.
The Dawn. You always wanted to be the Dawn. But bro, this ain't the neighborhood.
You always wanted to be the
This ain't
dawn, like the
neighborhood. This is
rising of the
JCW,
sun.
Bro, you gotta do things the right way. Bro,
accent
this is a big opportunity.
fuckery.
Don't blow it,
Well,
Vito.
we already said they were also
All
making
right,
fun of the
I
translation
got
as
it.
well.
I will
So.
be back later.
All right.
Don't do nothing, man.
I will be back
I
later.
forgot, Real Girl. Since you weren't here, guess what Vince Russo's company is called? Guess what Vince
Vince
Russo's
Russo
company is
Inc.?
called? Bro Sports and Entertainment. I think I broke Real
Why
Girl.
don't
I think I officially
I'm
broke.
imagining more less of a somebody trying to do wrestling and more of some dumbass in the mid 2000s trying to make his own company based off bro video game culture at the time.
I'm just waiting for Max Striker, not Max Striker. What's that MMA fighter that got almost kicked out of WWE? I'm just waiting for him to get signed.
Matt Riddle.
Thank you.
Daniel Puder is also an acceptable answer, but I think
But
it's
yeah,
Riddle.
Matt Riddle also knows what name,
Around here
bro.
with fucking Russo. Oh, all right. Businessman.
Yeah,
Be a
Mister, I like to
businessman. Be a
smoke weed a lot,
Here we go.
but I'm not Rob Van Dam or Sabu.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
That's all you have to say?
That's all I have to say.
After all this shit you've been pulling?
Listen, let's just calm it down, okay? Just a
You
little.
listen to me. You've been running around here like the big boss. Come to find out, you don't have any stroke. You know something? You're a joke. I
Oh, he's got
slap the
stroke,
shit out of you
alright.
right now.
So then go
But
ahead.
just for
and slap the shit
himself.
out of me right now. Go ahead.
I would, but this is my business, and that's not how I conduct things here.
Yeah. How
Hey,
do you
fucking
conduct
asshole.
things? Do you
You know
use
something?
specific
I will
species of
conduct business
ducks?
that way. After the show.
Or
in
fake
the
ducks?
parking lot.
Maybe rubber
Me and
ducks?
you.
I'm I'm looking forward to, you
Duct tape?
fucking jerk off. And get out of my face.
Hey. There's no need to add an E where an A would.
Oh, Vince Russo, you left at a bad timing. Now,
And now
they need to
why was it Chun-Li?
Introducing first.
Vince Russo leaves, puts Big Vito in charge, and 2 minutes later, Zach
Puts
already
Big
off the
VO
rails.
in charge.
Bristol, Tennessee. He hits 1/3.
Oh, hey, look, it's the human cum bucket.
The guy who's trying to be this universe, this era's Shawn Michaels and failing at it.
Yeah, he's Shawn Michaels.
I'm sorry. I don't
hate to interrupt my
I don't want to
favorite
see
song in the world
a guy
of wrestling.
what's it
You're
called
dead
there.
on. It's Vince Russo's first night.
Because, you know, I'm
Usually,
kind of
here
straight.
in front of the people, and he's already going out for a secret meeting. What is that?
Wow, he can't even get into the ring by himself. He needs a ref. What a baby.
With the commissioner is exactly what Russo told him.
He's such a baby.
I wonder who would be so important to have a meeting with in a hotel room that would constitute Vince leaving his first full night on the job. But right now, it's
Why'd he do that flip? It don't mean nothing.
For the giggle.
A special return match is coming.
Maybe he likes to be upside down. It's his favorite position.
Oh, here comes James Storm, I guess. Says a return match.
You're saying this is James Storm?
Well, it says return match, so I assume so.
Okay. Look. This is Jimmy Storm?
It's like you try to fuse a meat with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, to be fair, James Storm has been around for like 20 years as well, so.
Bro,
I can say whatever he looks like to me. I don't care how long he's been in the game.
Yeah.
Jimmy Storm is performing,
Yep.
but the real star, the unsung star, the star that doesn't exist, that should exist, is Bimmy Storm. Where's Bimmy Storm? I want Bimmy.
James Storm out
Fuck
here
you, Jimmy.
at the Rockies while
Fuck
we're in
you.
Denver. And Kerry Morton.
Hey, here comes Kerry Morton. Right. Kicks.
Oh my God, Kerry's actually fighting somebody. He's not being an ass cheek.
Well, he pulled him from behind, so he's still an ass.
Well, remember the last time was getting an ass, he got super kicked. He got his head super kicked off. So yeah.
But to enter
There's a good time to get serious this time.
obviously has been in more than his fair
Should
share
also
of
note that the wrestling matches in the ring have no ties to the previous episode or the current episode,
And not only that, it's
so
not a match, it's a fight in the parking lot. There's not going to be anybody
that's
to sanction
expected.
There's not going to be a referee. No. And who knows how far a fucking creep like Vito will go.
It's got nothing to do with wrestling. It's about the fact that Vito's been pulling his weight around here, abusing power that wasn't even his. Big Vito throws his weight around, bosses people around, fires people, bullies people, and all the while, he was not the investor. He was protecting the investment of Vince Russo. But no one out here to protect Kerry Morton, who gets deposited to the outside.
I don't know if he was trying to.
Wait, is that a coal miner's glove?
Wait a minute. What is that?
A what?
A coal miner's glove.
Miner's glove.
It looked bedazzled.
Well,
Are we seriously gonna keep calling it that?
and he just pinned James Storm.
That's an old classic wrestling thing, and I guess that
Obviously,
worked.
this is premeditated. Kerry Morton had a plan.
So you're telling me that we're just gonna call
Storm and get his victory
Coal
back. And
miners'
that's exactly
gloves.
what he did.
I bet that's what Coal Miners
Put that
was.
under the ring?
What, you think we carry one out under there all the time?
I don't know if they're mining.
That
down there.
Looking like that?
I have no idea. I
well,
don't
for the
know why I'm
returner,
looking
that
down
felt
there.
like a slap in the
Had his
face.
name on it, for God's sake.
Maybe that's
Hey,
where
this asshole! What the fuck?
Look, he's pulling it out. JCW logo on it. But
My
no
God.
one knows he's not dead.
It's not even
Yeah.
He's not
weather.
dead wearing something like that in public. But Kerry Morton,
Dude,
who just stole it.
Gary
from
Morton,
James
I wouldn't
Storm.
touch that glove. It's in your pants.
Yeah, you wouldn't wear it in public. You'd wear it in a
Hey,
corner.
remember, this is a girl in
Story's
this
not
group.
done, ladies and gentlemen. Action continues on Lunacy when we come back.
What a no-sale.
Hold on. Juggalos and juggalettes. JCW's own Zach Amico has not just one, but two podcasts for you to check out. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's Zach Amico's Morning Zoo. Zach and his friends sit down and go over the weirdest and wildest stories of the week, react to the web's wackiest viral videos, and talk a ton of shit about celebs. And every Friday night, it's Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show, where he's joined by all of your favorite comedians to watch the best and worst movies in the world of horror. It's a filthy mystery science
Jim
theater with some of
Norton.
the funniest shit alive.
Have you guys ever been so high that you're with someone and their face kind of looks
Um,
like one of these
I-
clowns? And then
Yeah, it
it'll-
happens to me in the
Jim
mirror.
Norton
Watch them today on YouTube,
looking
Stitcher,
weird.
or however you get your podcast.
seems
Or
some of that would seem to
subscribe
make
to
me
Gas Digital.
concerned about sanity.
I'm in the woods looking for Bigfoot.
Why?
Meanwhile,
Man, you gotta slow down, Joe. You get me stressed out. Come on, man. Think
I
about
just
what
got
you're doing.
myself to get into a fight with the life guy who probably will pull out a gun and shoot me.
I am thinking about the consequences, Tony. Vito is the one suffering consequences. He's been running around here like a boss. Come to find out, he's a joke. He's been embarrassing all of us. And I'm sick of the shit.
Oh,
It's
brother.
going down tonight. He's earned this, Tony.
Violent J
Fuck that.
and the
Everyone
JCW
We
World
fight.
Champion. Okay.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Well, Too Tough Tony trying to be the voice of reason to Violent J, but I don't think it worked very well.
I don't think I've ever heard.
Ohio. He is the Misfit Matt Cross.
I don't think I've ever heard Too Tough Tony try to talk anybody out of a fight.
Yeah,
This is a guy who loves a good brawl.
that shows you the stakes and the consequences, but there's always consequences when it comes to stepping in the ring with M-Dog 20 Matt Cross, who's been on a hot streak as of late. Matt Cross looking to prove to the world he still deserves to be top dog at JCW.
Thanks to how the sunrise went, now I can't stop thinking about the bum wine there, of Mad Dog 20.
Hey, look, it's a droid.
Mecha Wolf, the internationally
Mecha Sonic.
superstar,
Sorry.
has done a role himself in the
Mecha
game back
Wolf.
to JCW. Two alpha males about ready to do battle.
I feel like I don't see Mad Wolves. I see a little bottom man and a man who probably needs some drugs to calm down.
Well, what you got kicked out? Remember cocaine?
Meanwhile, Mecha Wolf, I mean, they couldn't work
Some
this
of
guy
got
more. They love
drugs.
him.
I need some drugs to
I
get through
know.
the show.
I mean more like
Temper that Mecha Wolf
I'm more
brings to
like
the table, that ferocity
something to calm him
in his
down.
style, and
I
certainly Matt
remember
Cross.
45 minutes ago.
The fact that once upon a time,
Like a sedative.
Matt Cross and Violent J were as tight
Yes.
as they could be.
I
I
wonder if the pills that my doctor gave me while I had my surgery still work.
That relationship with Violent J soured over the past year or so. and it surrounded the JCW title and the fact that Matt Cross thought he got a Raw deal. And we can argue all day whether it's the case or not, but either way,
that get me
this
high.
This bitter, this darker, this misfit Matt Cross.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to
And
formulate my analysis for later.
Scrupulous or unscrupulous methods, regardless, he's still getting those big wins.
Without question. And you can see the pressure that Mecha Wolf is now putting
This is the second match, right? Or the second match?
The pressure
second match. Well, the first match ended on cold by right hand.
A lot of what's going on. He's the one that took on a new investor.
Yeah, for a coal miner's glove, that looked awfully cold.
And unfortunately, I think there's been a lot of buyer's remorse. There's been a lot of doubt, second guessing from Violent J. I think Violent J feels he has to put himself in danger tonight. He has to enter this parking lot fight as a means of maybe taking back control of whatever part of his company he may feel slipping away.
I mean, it's his company, it's his livelihood, and it's his pride.
Yeah.
And we honestly don't know what kind of shape Violent J is in. He did have 2 matches in the last 2 years. One in Japan that we thought was his retirement match, and then a tag match with Too Tough Tony in GCW. But other than a few interferences and him making sure his team got the well-deserved win at the Gathering, we haven't really seen him compete, so we don't know what kind of shape he's in.
And all due respect, those were sanctioned matches and not a brawl out in a parking lot.
Great point.
We will pursue that story. Hopefully Too Tough Tony can talk some sense to the Violent J. Listen, we all love JCW, but nobody has the passion for any wrestling company the way I feel Violent J does for JCW. So more on that as we move on in the broadcast. But it's Matt Cross moving Mecha Wolf into the corner. Handspring elbow, but nobody there as Mecha Wolf rallies back. And there you see that animalistic approach as Mecha Wolf fires up. Swing and a miss. Up and down with a Tijeras. Nicely done.
And of course, all this chaos happening while Vince Russo is out having some secret meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of investor? Your first night with everyone knowing you're here, your first night to meet with talent, your first night to be in front of the people, your first night to see what the product has to offer live.
When there's a cross body, their shoulders are down here. 2.5 by Mecha Wolf.
And you're out at a hotel having secret meetings. It's almost like he doesn't care about the matches.
Well, does Vince Russo know what Big Vito has got himself into? Big Vito in charge worries the hell out of me because we've seen how he's thrown his weight around the past several weeks. And it seems like Vince, all you want to say about the faults of Vince, some say he killed WCW, some say TNA never recovered, but Vince seems like the level-headed one out of him and Vito, and that kind of scares me.
Oh, that is terrifying. Yeah, some people say
the guy who burned down WCW is the same man. Oh boy.
There's a knee lift by Mecha Wolf.
Like I said when we watched this last time, I'll give Vince Russo credit for one thing. He wasn't alone in burning down WCW. Or I said that WCW was too team. The 5-headed dragon team that Vince was just having one to head.
Momentum here as he traps Cross in the corner.
JCW certainly is a rocket ship, but if Big Vito is piloting that rocket ship, I'm afraid it's going to turn out like the Challenger.
Mecha Wolf ascends the turnbuckle as Matt Cross finds himself in precarious position. Looking superplex, jockeying for position. Cross gets the advantage. And M-Dog is right where he's comfortable.
In the perfect position, as he always is.
Looking mushroom, stop, nobody there. And Cross cutter connects. Into the cover.
Okay, that's an interesting. That's an interesting version of the cutter.
Mecha Wolf just a hair too late.
Wow.
Trying to kick out of that cross cutter, and unfortunately another L from Mecha Wolf. But
a headbutt to top rope into the cutter. That's an interesting version.
Matt Cross has the opportunity to keep his winning ways going. And
makes more sense than Rocky.
Matt Cross is on a hot streak as we're right back here on Lunacy.
What the fuck? Okay.
Fishing in this bitch!
It's the anti-Corey pod every episode.
Jimmy
Name of
Kennedy.
the show is called Jim and Them.
Jim and them are pop
Bam
culture,
Margera.
Jim and Them are pop culture,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Jim and them are pop culture.
Jim and Them are pop culture, bro.
Harry Green.
Jim and me.
Again.
I know that. I know that.
With their powers combined, they become pop culture. With their powers combined, they become Jim and Them, the greatest podcast in the world.
So,
This is a comedy show.
And we taking over.
Andy Milonakis?
We taking over the world.
Your podcast is absolutely incredible.
Not with Corey
Listen, I
Feldman.
want
You're
you
not
to
taking
stay
it.
right there because I want you to document this.
What?
Just in case
What did Corey
somebody
Feldman
thinks that I'm
do?
threatening them. It's documented. All right, here we go.
Nothing.
Important phone call.
But
Yeah.
just having Corey
Did you get
Feldman doesn't
everything
necessitate you taking.
Good. Everything all was taken care of. I like it. Listen, I gotta go. I got a meeting. Goodbye. You have the audacity to come in this office after everything you did. You screwed up last week.
Hey,
I give
Jefferson
you a
Clear.
job, and you mess it up.
Oh.
Every time I tell
Okay.
you to do something.
I pull off the sexy moves on the man.
No, you can't explain shit to me. All right? Me and you don't work because you don't know what you're doing. All right? I'm just so pissed off at you. I don't even know what to do anymore. All right? Stop. I hate when you do that.
Vito.
I hate when you do that.
So is that a
Listen.
gun in your pants, or are you happy to see me?
It's a gun. It shoots.
Okay.
Listen, I just said, come on, why don't you just, like, easy.
Look.
You know I don't like any of that.
I know obviously it's
No,
not a
I'm
porn
ready.
thing, but
Listen, I'm supposed
Oh, I
to
understand.
be mad at you. All right?
But you gotta
come in here
understand.
and you do
I
this
wasn't
stuff.
joking last week when I said this is the last,
the
the last one,
One.
because so far there have been zero improvements.
hey, it's a fan girl.
Whoa, back it up. Vito.
What
You
are
mean the
doing in
rat?
my office?
Yeah.
Can't you see I'm having a meeting? I'm having a meeting.
Sexy time with her and
Well, is it right that 1 in 10 is more important? What is it?
Look, I need that meeting with Vince. I need it.
Vince doesn't want to see you. What else? What else?
What else? That's it.
Listen, all right, listen.
We just need to see Vince, big Vito. It's all we need. Hey, listen. You got something you need done, right?
Jeeves gets
I
Jeeves
got
gets
something
no
I need done
respect.
right here.
Well,
Me
we
and
should
Rob.
ask him
Listen,
something.
All right, listen. There's this Flo kid. All right, I can't stand him. Take him out, and I'll see what I can do for you. All right?
You won't be disappointed.
Thank you. Now close the door on the way out.
Uh-huh.
I know. Threesome. Later.
Threesome.
Goodbye.
Oh boy.
Why later? Why not now?
I don't know, but
you want sexy time.
so we have John Lee back.
Introducing first.
Vito,
Jasmine's powers of persuasion, keeping that relationship.
I have a
with
question
Big
for
Vito
you, like you can
open-ended.
actually
Caleb
hear me.
Conley wanting a meeting with Vince Russo, and Vito
Are you
said,
sure you
Caleb,
want to
after
get
the
on with a
Stephen
woman
Paul
who's
problem,
known
what's going
for
on in
sucking
Lunacy?
like what,
Oh,
600
what a
dicks
tangled web we continue
in one day?
Here in JCW Lunacy, it's hard to keep up with
Well,
it.
she can.
My answer unequivocally is yes.
Why is guys born the chick that slept with a thousand men in one day?
The Iron Demon, the mercenary, Shane Mercer.
The mercenary Shane
The man
Mercer.
from Hot for Hire,
Okay.
Shane Mercer, has a laundry list of past victims. The most powerful man in
And
JCW.
apparently has a Spawn
Heavy
logo
hitter to say
on
the
his
least.
jacket.
How does he fit in to the current lunacy landscape?
And his opponent.
Is this Ninja Mac? It's Ninja Mac.
Fighting
Well, it's power versus speed and agility in this particular matchup because you want to talk about somebody that can defy gravity.
Feast your eyes, America. This is the guy that fucked the Mac.
Ninja Mac.
That Nintendo game.
Remember,
Next generation of high-flying wrestling.
Why post it on Basic Cable Recap? I post the thing of this episode since obviously I'm not recording this episode just in case, because last time it's a copyright strike. Even though I see that people have recorded this episode,
doing some of the craziest flips and
I want to take a
I've ever
chance.
seen in a pro wrestling ring.
Since I'm, a non-sensitive channel.
Popular, famous in the realm of pro wrestling, but into mainstream pop culture as well, which should make Vince Russo very happy. But speaking of Vince Russo, I'm going to say something you may not expect me to, Zach, with all the questions we have. I hope Vince Russo comes back to this building before the end of the broadcast. I hope he can talk some sense into Big Vito. There's another hit out on Stephen Flo. We still don't know where cocaine is. Jasmine
There's a hit out on Stephen
is
Flo?
blatantly schmoozing Vito right now for favors.
Oh, is that what you call it?
I'll call it a lot
For
worse.
what,
I know
doing
you would,
blow?
Zach. Vito's going to
Who
fight
knows?
Violent J in the parking lot tonight. Even Too Tough Tony, Jay's closest confidant, can't talk him out of it. And all this is happening because Vito's in charge for the night, but it's Ninja Mac in charge.
The Reds scored
of
44
Shane
points
Mercer
on the
in the early
Cowboys.
going with the agile takedown.
Yeah, man, I really kind of wish I.
Trying to take Ninja Mac down,
No.
but that balance, Ninja
It was a
Mac
shootout.
can completely dazzle you. And
It was a shootout, but it looks like the Lions had more guns.
about him when it comes to wrestling executives, when it comes to wrestling decision
Or
makers
bullets.
in the boardroom.
Yeah.
He is somebody that
Or bear snipers, who knows?
Some call him a genius. Some call him a wolf in sheep's clothing. Some call him the emperor with no clothes.
flip.
Some say he's not qualified to be Maria.
Dumb.
Some say he's revolutionized wrestling.
And
Why would
titty
you see
slap.
for this is where he's naked? What are you thinking about, Joe?
Everybody is
Well,
all over the board about
your goals
Vince
are
Russo.
banned
The bottom line is everybody that knows him
knife edge
feels very
chops.
strongly one way or the other.
Yeah, my goal is to ban titty
Trust
slaps.
Big Vito.
But not
gotta
chops
think-
altogether. You could do brain chops, back
gotta
chops,
think it's
arm
only
chops,
gonna
leg
make me
chops,
worry even
dick
more
chops,
about
ass
where
chops,
Lunacy has
no
headed as
titty
Shane
chops,
Mercer up
belly
against the
chops,
clothesline,
rib
gets
chops,
a count of two.
no
Ninja
titty
Mac's gonna have
chops.
to keep this matchup very
But his thing,
power, Mercer.
punches are
He's got a
officially
chance.
allowed.
Ninja Mac,
But punches are allowed, yeah.
All those
Yeah.
flips and dives in the world won't mean jack shit if he gets caught by Shane.
Went from
Oh my God!
Ooh, that's fucked
He
up.
landed right on his forehead with that.
Yeah, Ninja Mac tried to
Ooh.
spin out, but Shane
Well,
Mercer.
good
I guess
lord.
it's okay since they're not
Just
throwing up the
released
X.
Mac and let him go.
Thank God.
And there was no amount of balance or skill that could stop that momentum, that perpetual motion that Shane Mercer had built up.
Perched precariously on that top rope.
Oh, Zach, this could be the moonsault and battery if Ninja Mac doesn't fight free.
Oh, maybe going for that running Liger bomb.
Got underneath. Mercer, one hand is free.
You know, just shove your balls in his face, bro. It'll be
Mercer
fine.
really saved it
It's
there.
not gay,
Well-
it's just wrestling.
Ninja Mac is able to get back to his feet, able to get back control as Shane Mercer sent for the ride, tip up, and a roll through. Ninja Mac comes through with a European uppercut. Ninja Mac is
That's not a
so
European
explosive
uppercut.
in small spurts, and Mercer, with all the
Like, do we have
defense
to,
he has,
do we have to
as
put a
well
real
rounded as he
River
is, I
Regal
don't
match
think has an
to
answer.
see what European uppercut is?
Speaking of small spurts, what's going on
It's
in
a
that
spinning
locker room right now
shoulder
between
block.
Jasmine and Big Vito?
It looks, yes, I understand. It kind of looks like a European uppercut.
He got caught.
If you're fucking sideways,
Yes.
Oh!
Well, there's an exclamation point.
Well,
A tombstone
sideways shoulder
piledriver
block,
on
but
the
at the same
steel
time, he's a
reinforced ramp,
peon.
And that's one
Well,
high
it doesn't matter. He just got
rib.
power drove onto.
Ninja
He is a
Mac
peon.
now moving,
Well, it doesn't
and
matter because
Mercer
power drove
creates
into
another
freaking
one.
not concrete, metal.
Shane Mercer with not just the power to
He's
pull
a
off
peon,
that,
you're a peon,
tombstone,
she's a peon.
catch it, the
They're
flip
all
into the
all
tombstone,
peon.
But the wherewithal to know where to do it, right on that steel ramp, so he can roll him right back in. It's not like he was on the outside and pick his carcass up and roll him in there. He did it right there, so you can roll him in, get the pin. Powerful, ferocious,
Hell, the moment I'll
and
be a
brilliant.
Mercenary's back and he's looking for victims. But what's Big Vito gonna
Rocks TV.
Some would say this is the bathroom break, but at the same time, wouldn't the whole show be considered the bathroom break?
Do you remember the first time you stepped into an arena to witness a collision of good versus evil? The excitement in the air.
Oh, Terry Ford. No, that's not Terry Ford, my bad.
The roar of the crowd. And of course, the blood. It's time to relive those memories big time. A historical wrestling lesson taught by your professors, the legendary Terry Sullivan and Supermouth Dave Drayson. Rocks TV and International Big Time Wrestling present Big Time Memories.
Hey, look, it's Mr. Happy.
Oh, wait a minute, our cameras are capturing Congo Kong and Mr. Happy, and that's Willie Mack. Willie Mack being assaulted in the bathroom of all places, for God's sakes. This reeks of a hired hit. Whether it's Jasmine St. Clair, whether it goes above her to Big Vito, either way, Willie Mack has been taken out of commission by Congo Kong and Mr. Happy. One of Violent J's closest allies, somebody who has always been by the side of Too Tough Tony, always fought the good fight, and as the balance of power becomes more and more in question, the Monster Corporation running roughshod, and Willie Mack is seriously hurt. What else is going to happen here tonight on Lunacy? That's absolutely disgusting. Willie Mack laid out in the bathroom of all places. We know where that hit came from, Zach. That's from Jasmine and Vito's little meeting, rendezvous back there in the office.
A brutal beatdown, and you can't help but think, after getting bested by Willie and Too Tough Tony, maybe they decided it was better to divide and conquer and beat them up two at a time.
Yeah, Willie Mack, we will give you an update on his condition if we have one.
Is there anyone still in the room with me?
That worries me because he's one of the men that is willing to stand up for JCW,
Hello?
fight for JCW, and now he's been completely taken out by the Monster Corporation. We will keep you updated on any future developments of that story, but again, the Monster Corporation's on a rampage.
I was making sure I'm
Vito's supposed
not in the
to be
room alone
charge,
now.
and I feel like he's only fueling the fires of hate.
Oh, no,
and
I'm
around
here. I just got
rather than
back.
leading like he should.
Okay.
It seems like everywhere you look, there's another fire, and every one of these
Yeah,
fires
I do
is
see
being caused
I
by
do see
Big
what
Vito
appears to
and
be
his
a
fucking ego.
corduroy frogman.
What is this now?
Stephen Flo, there's a bounty on your stupid ass head, and I'm here to collect it right now. Get your ass out here. Right now.
There's a bounty on Stephen Flo's head because he wouldn't turn in his best friend to Big Vito to do God knows what. But Stephen Flo's a rebel. Stephen Flo's against the grain. He's an individual, and he will stand for what he believes in. And Flo's ready to fight, but he's in there with the
Has he been
American
cleared to wrestle
champion.
yet?
I don't know,
And Jeeves
but it
as
looks
well
like it's
gets
going to be
Jeeves
2-on-1.
And not to mention the American Territory Champion, Jeeves.
And obviously not.
I don't know, is this a
Obviously,
match?
that's not a
Is
match.
it beatdown?
It's not a, I don't think
It's a hit. It's another hit from Big Vito, turning this entire company into gangland warfare.
And Stephen Flo's fighting his ass off. Get him.
Meanwhile, the rest
This
is
is the
sitting
BS
there
you have
cheering.
to do to impress Vito. This is the division. Vito's causing this company, but Stephen Flo with an explosion.
I don't know what he's going for here, but
looking for a stage dive.
Oh shit!
Oh, but Jeeves from behind. Damn.
G's from behind.
So cocaine comes out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5.
Oh shit!
There you go.
Cocaine with a ball back.
Why did I actually call it?
Cocaine's been missing for 2 weeks, but but he's been watching. He's been looming.
2 weeks? You mean 1 week?
To help his best friend because his best friend was there for him.
Setting up for that big coat slam.
We know Vito wants. Oh, wait a minute. That damn ring rat.
That goddamn ring rat. What's a ring rat?
They actually call her a ring rat? Oh,
Yes, they do call her ring rat.
Right now, cocaine's in
Lol.
trouble.
Wait, no one actually tells her name yet.
Just got dropped.
And the rat is flat. Well, flat on her back in the ring.
Flat on her back in the ring? What about outside the ring where they want her to be flat on her back?
Cocaine.
Oh boy.
And this hit has been proven a failure from Caleb and Jeeves because Cocaine, who's a wanted man in JCW, and he's leaving the same way he came in.
Yeah, this shit doesn't really work.
Drug tested, wants him fired, wants him maybe sleeping with the fishes. Cocaine is a marked man, but he
Or maybe there's a compromise. Maybe he could sleep with the ring rat and everything will just blow over.
Cocaine not even supposed to be in the building. Hence, no music, no entrance, just snuck in through
And the ring rack is still
My God, what's going to happen next?
in lingerie. Basically in lingerie for waist down, mind you.
It is Tori Wilson Day. That's right.
Hey,
One day
Tori
a year,
Wilson.
we get Tori here in the office. Welcome, Timeless
Wow.
Tony Storm. We appreciate your presence.
Tony
today.
Storm.
Thank you, Michael.
Tony Storm, huh?
Welcome to my show featuring high spots.
First, Funko, you've been waiting for
Yeah,
years.
Spiced
It's
Up.
finally out.
Sorry.
Welcome to our
X-Pac.
studio. Ash literally.
Sean
she walked in,
Waltman.
She did 7 cartwheels just to get to the
Yes,
set.
7
Who is-
cartwheels.
who is
You
that?
cut out my bikinis
I
earlier.
forget.
Welcome, Brett.
Oh, Brett, of course.
Duggan,
Cookie Man.
Zaya,
Eating worms.
Yeah,
Don't-
very
the
funny.
black guy,
How cool this building is in its
Gonna
entirety,
get you.
'cause it's
Clowns.
pretty fucking dope. This is Mark Heaven.
clowns again. Although if it's in conjunction with High Spots, it's not necessarily a JCW production. Thank God.
Maybe I can get in touch with them. They can sign the
The
chair.
best deals that you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
on the
Yeah,
internet.
really.
Brought
Maybe
to
you could talk
by
to Tori
Pro
Wilson for a
Wrestling
minute.
Tees. It's pwtlive.com via whatnot. So much pro wrestling merchandise for deals. We do it
Get
every
fucking
single day
Scotty
of the week
Goldman
on
off my
Whatnot.
goddamn screen, you son of a bitch.
What happened?
Yeah, he's okay, but he's also eh.
Alright.
What do we look at here?
Alright, so what the fuck? Oh, the Trump is the world champion.
Position because we've got another fight, and the Monster Corporation, much like they laid out Willie Mack,
All
they're
right.
laying out our champion, Too Tough Tony. You gotta believe.
So I'm guessing Vinny is using these two as and using this little group
No,
as
actually, it's
to tell Jay to go fuck himself.
actually that's Vito that's doing that.
Yeah.
Vito. I think Vito is the one who's feeding these two as goons to tell Jay to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
For Commissioner Violent
Yeah.
J to be
See, the thing is, I saw
And
this
once
in
again, the
TNA, and I saw this in WCW,
going 2-on-1,
and I saw this in WWF.
Willie and Tony.
Well, here's the thing. I like the
Stop
other
it.
corporation.
You don't need to.
He has complete freedom and there's no Vince McMahon.
You don't need to turn your disappointment into ASMR content.
Top it. Stop it.
Played out.
Well, remember, this time, he has no Vince McMahon to stop him. He has no WWE, like he did in WWE. There's no board of wrestlers to stop him, like in WCW. And there's no television to stop him, like they in
Right.
TNA.
No standards and practices, no censors, no this, no that. Look, I could be naked right now, and that's just something. I'm not, but I could be.
Dude,
But who
you're
cares?
not a dude, you're not a camera, so no one can see you naked.
Exactly, and that's the point.
I guess there's the women's title match.
I've been waiting to see a woman's match in see how JCW handles a women's match, so let's do this.
And
let's see what it looks like.
And there's a women's title match at that. So.
Montreal, Quebec, Canada. A background in Muay Thai.
Oh, she's a Quebecer.
And she calls herself the Queen Cobra. And she has a commanding presence.
The Queen Cobra. But she's not a commander.
She can sneak in and strike very lethally when you least expect
Maybe
it.
she's a lieutenant.
Quite a presence. Look at her slither her way around the ring. I'm spooked.
Could be our next women's champion.
Is she coming out to end this moment? Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, she's been in Power Slap.
What the same Power Slap that Chisel Dawn's reviews.
Yeah.
I just had fun listening to Mark Roberts say bougie is
The Power Slap that now WWE owns by default.
It was Too Tough Country, back in her hometown, back where she trained. Finally got
Well, let me phrase that. TKO owns by
We know
default.
Haley's been on tour all across the country.
Oh, yeah, sure is.
JCW everywhere she's gone ever since. But
Just waiting to see when this match is going to start. Oh,
well, there you go.
Creed, her newest challenger.
Haley has been all over the place. And,
By the way, there's no reason that they should have to start the match once contact starts. They could actually just let it be a brawl and wait until because the ref is supposed to start the match, not the competitors. You know,
especially World Cup, especially World
That's a
Chip,
fine point.
especially World Chip, especially a title match.
But I haven't seen any proof that the refs here do jack shit.
I think
no, I understand. I was just stating a point of like usually how wrestling is that they back in the day, I guess, is the ref would start the match.
My friend Joe.
Especially title matches.
All that's on his mind is that fight.
But that's not a thing, these days. So it's fine, I guess.
He's laying it all out on the line, and he might be looking for some help once he's out there. And unfortunately, his two closest allies
Freaking JCW.
are laid out.
I've seen enough to know that they do something in WWE.
Help protect him in that environment if it does indeed go down. That is still to come tonight, plus our four-way matchup for the JCW Tag Team Championship. But check out Haley slugging away. But caught Katrina Creed.
Is that a spear?
With a spear. Could be
Oh, it was.
champion.
Look at that.
The leg, and Haley slides the shoulder up.
What a scary mug on Katrina Creed. Looking furious that she didn't get that 3 count.
Yeah, blaming the official, but hey, referee called it as he sees it. Nothing wrong in my eyes. And Haley J finding an opportunity to battle back.
The power slap.
Good. Opens up with the strikes. Looking for the side kick. Katrina counters. May not want to get into a striking game with the challenger. Oh, but up with a bottom line.
Lutheus press.
With the right hands.
What was that?
And into the knee, Haley J has the cover. 2 and a near fall. We have followed Haley J's progress and ebb and flow in her career, from turning on her trainer to Tough Tony.
Does she like having braids? That's a little weird.
I do not know.
Fine.
We've
You
seen
know,
Haley J grow up. We've seen her become
ain't
the
a
best
deal
worker.
breaker. I'm sure she's
But is that
fine.
enough? Oh, Katrina.
Yeah, now when you got Katrina's nails digging into your eyeballs.
Yeah, deep into the eyes. And Katrina creating a diversion off of that and looking for something under the ring. Hopefully not another coal miner's glove.
Alright, so a steel chair was probably a bad idea to do in front of for a title match, mind you. Made the second blast so the match is over. Okay, referee taking it away though.
A DQ's against the rules in this match.
It's a title match. But this should be kicked anyway, so. Well, there's a difference.
Haley's got that mad ball. We saw this used before.
To be fair, there's a difference.
End this thing street style. Wait a minute, look who it is.
Oh shit, it's Big Al.
Alice Crowley, back from her Japan tour. And in the ring, a collision with Katrina and Al. Haley the roll-up. Shoulders down.
What the fuck did we just watch?
I didn't see a 3.
Wait, I saw a 3.
And Big Al is beating the hell out of Haley J.
Haley with the victory over Katrina.
But who's this
But it looks
this
like
chick now?
Might be getting her ass kicked by Big Al.
She's the chick that fucking was the champion before she was the champion.
Still getting her licks in, and now Katrina in on a
Well, we're watching like 5 episodes. I know it's episode 60, but we're not gonna watch 54 episodes since we did watch episode 54 before then.
And Big Al stealing Haley's mad ball.
That match was mostly fine until the end.
Staying with the title intact may have gone from bad to worse as the
action was solid, all things considered, and the moves looked well. The contest looked like it made sense.
Yeah.
Up until the end. Wow, look at all those corpses.
Is a Philly Madness match.
Raven.
Okay, that guy's
Mahoney.
Corpse.
Shane Douglas.
Still alive.
Sabu.
Corpse.
I think those are not the actual
Still
guys,
alive.
dude.
Al Snow.
Still alive.
Rhino.
Still alive. They suck. Why?
Well, this
roll
all
up
EC.
Roll up.
I assume this is all ECW stars.
Well, there are definitely ECW corpses in there.
Paul.
Boo Radley. Wait, was that fucking Axel Rotten?
No.
Axel Rotten, I think he was already dead by the time this was made.
2011? Oh, I could be fucking wrong.
JCW blast from the past. Blast from the past.
Anyway, back with Big Vito, just got laid again.
What's up, Vito?
What are you doing? Were you hiding around corners, man? You're always popping up everywhere. Huh? Listen, I gotta get out of here.
Vito.
What is it? You're always in my way.
You might want to listen to me. I'm telling you. You're gonna need me. I don't need
It worked in
you.
Lucha Underground. It's not working right now.
Jay. You're looking good. You're a big man.
It really did work in Lucha Underground,
Violent J.
but it will never work right now.
Well,
Because Vinny's there,
It's better for you
and he's square.
to be my friend.
Dude,
I'm telling you.
you don't need to turn your complaint mode into ASMR content.
Do this with me.
I'm just it's been a long day, Wills.
The only thing that's
I just don't
gonna
have
be
the
on
energy I
is
had
Violent J.
earlier.
You know what? I don't need you. I want you to watch.
Okay, fine. I didn't ask you to have energy, but it's just you sound like you're whispering it softly.
Sorry, I'm
Because he's had
just
enough of this shit.
well, I've also that is true. I've also had enough of this shit. So, just calmly, I'd like to.
Remember,
it's not gonna work.
There's 15 minutes left. Got the main event and a street fight.
Are you sure there's 15 minutes left?
Yep,
There's
that's
15
it.
minutes left for you. I'm going to decide to take a peek at this throughout the next week to see what shenanigans happened, and maybe report to you just to see your reaction.
Hey, Vince Russo listened to it. Congratulations, you wielded
you want to look
Wheel
like this
Girl,
town,
since
don't
she's interested
you?
in
Go to
next week.
shop.insaneclownposse.com or
Good job, Vinny. You did it. You did it. You conceived a new wrestler.
Still to come tonight,
I
we
think.
have apparently a fight in a parking lot between our commissioner, Violent J, and the protector of the investment, Big Vito. I have a real bad feeling about what's going to go down there. Vince Russo is apparently in some
Really? You have a
hotel
bad
meeting,
feeling about
some
this?
kind of business meeting
What's
right
your
now.
name, Han
I
Solo?
have no idea what's going on there, if he'll be back, but I do know that coming up in just a few moments, it
So
will be
here's the World
Tag Team
main
Championship
event,
on the line.
the Tag Team
Brothers of
Championship.
Construction, Outbreak, St. Clair Monster Corporation, what a role they've been on already, and also the former
We
champions,
got
Alec
Teddy Kong and Guy.
main event. That's a heartbeat
We got
away. Stay
Zombie Bro. We got two guys. And we
Which I
got
decided to go
Cheese
straight man of
Guy.
this situation.
For the JCW World Tag Team Championships. Introducing first.
The Monster Factory.
I figured the order they were listed on the thing was going to be the way they were going to be introduced here.
Oh, sorry, Monster Corporation. My bad.
You keep saying the Monster Factory, and it's like, dude, it's not Mike Sharp's fucking
Willie
thing.
Mack,
It's
down and injured. Too Tough Tony.
it's
down
it's
and injured.
the CEO of the corporation.
And perhaps
Fucks
that
everybody.
Vixen in the middle is the most dangerous of them all because she orchestrated the whole thing.
Introducing next.
Who's this? Peeking at the brain. Oh, Buster says he can't use Pinky while getting sued to the ground by WB. Or who's going to be their new owner soon.
JCW, they've done it before.
You just could have called him Fleshy in the Pain. You know, because that would have been fine.
To do it the right way. They've joined the roster full time. They want to work their way back and prove themselves.
And everyone's favorite zombie.
Whether it be the WB or the Saudi B.
Either way, they would have got sued to the ground if they used Pinky in the brain.
Whether it's the WB or the SAB, the sob. It would make me sob too.
You know, Paramount got a little pissy over how the betting going. I'm not feeling the winner isn't them.
No, they didn't win yet.
Talking about who's buying WB. They got pissy about it, so that lowers their chance they might be the actual winner. But since everyone's saying Netflix will have the hardest challenge dealing with this,
Has made it very clear that
I'm
Jackson
taking bets that the likely winner
but anything else about these
at
men's past
this point
that
might
have led
be
them to Barnabas or this
every
lifestyle,
Comcast, but then again, we might get surprised. It might just be Paramount bitching, not understanding, and they could end up being the winner for all I know.
You know, I didn't hear the thing go into echo.
What, 25 boxes of popcorn?
I'm not sure we want to do the bid again.
Why not? No.
Because it's repetitive.
But it's the first time. And probably the last time it's been recorded.
Look at the clowns.
You can all stop it!
Yabo and Ruffo, maybe the most decorated tag
What are we
team
stopping?
in JCW history. Yabo and Ruffo.
I'm being released from wrestling prison.
But Zachamino, statistically, they really have their backs against the wall tonight. Not just with the sheer numbers, but the level of competition as well.
Every single corner of this ring is filled with talent. It's filled with
Mr.
ferocity.
Happy
and
looks
it's
like a
filled
negative
with
Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
Certainly,
I mean, negative
Jasmine has
and-
been given one more
well,
chance to make an impact by
not
Big
quite.
Vito tonight.
He's got a
She's
front
already
butt.
done a hell of a lot of damage.
Like he can't even show the title to the Outbreak.
We've seen the Outbreak pursuing
It's like if Pac-Man and Mr. Popo had a freak baby.
Could this be their moment?
Okay, you can stop that, Reese.
We've seen Price and Oliver join this roster, go from invaders
Right.
to now members of this company.
I'm speaking as if I'm in the chasm.
Jordan and Alex tag team prowess, their skill. They can come in.
So I assume it's
show
going
off in a big way.
to. So as soon as it's fatal 4-way, it's going to be tornado tag.
And certainly, the
Perhaps. Yeah, I'll stop though.
Oh,
Will's
boy.
starting to get super annoyed. But yes, it's. I didn't hear
fatal 4-way.
They're still public enemy. Maybe not number one at this point.
Obviously, first person gets a pin, 4 wins, and championship advantage goes out the window. And are those what's it called?
You can see all the enemies that Oliver and Price have made still have not been smoothed over.
Look at the titty slaps.
Themselves the victim.
Is that uppercut?
You know they're serious when they break out the Hulk hands.
Okay.
This is absolutely devolving into a beating for Jordan and Price.
But keep in mind,
You know,
only one team can win.
Fatal 4-way tornado tag is not as it's fairly crowded in that
So we'll come
big
back
of a
in
ring.
a year and a half when they're done.
That's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Meanwhile, the Brothers of Construction with Congo, who's
Well, there's no by default, there's no
Yellow
DQs and no championships advantage.
No Happy and Congo are warmed up after what they Congo missed and falls to the floor. Great wherewithal by Yabo to get out of the way.
And here comes Mr. Purple Pac-Man.
Happy as well. Oh, this is wild. I don't know if we're going to see tags in this entire matchup, Zach.
There's going to be tags in this match?
Mr. Happy being beaten down by both clowns and zombies.
I know, way to make me cheer for the fat guy, assholes.
Unfolding for Mr. Happy as the zombie lifestyle of
These
the
clowns
Outbreak
and zombies are
makes them
dicks.
hungry.
Absorb them, Mr. Blob. Absorb them.
Jordan Oliver, he's a tactician. He's the brains of his team, and he picked his spot.
Oh, well,
And the
that's one sack clown.
Right in the yam.
There we go. Alec Price. You cease and desist in your inbox tomorrow. Alec Price touches the outside. One of his adversaries leading, I believe. Oh, that's Abel neutralized.
Yeah,
And then
here's a legit question I have for any of the ICP.
Rapid fire, but you can't keep
Okay.
What does it mean to be a juggalo?
not to feel pain. What a takedown. That could be
In
all.
earnest.
And a
What does it
kick
mean?
out. Congo in just in case.
I assume big fan of the ICP.
Now we've
To the
got
point where
Star and Mr. Happy
do you
as well.
take a baptism and then go in and pick yourself
I
a clown
think
makeup.
at this point, I think it was expanded a bit to include any artists that they have under their label.
No, that's cool, but that's why it was, and those are great. You know, those are great adjacent answers. But that's like a question I would have for Violent J in particular.
Violent J, Jacket
Title victory could make Jasmine very happy.
Just
That would
because
make
they're
Vito
the
very
guys.
happy.
You know,
And that
they're the.
might bring some damn humanity around to this place.
I remember like when Twisted was in ICP for a while, and then he went solo, and then I don't know if he's still alive or if he's still doing stuff, but he was cool.
Out in the parking lot.
I hope somebody sees the error of their ways as
Super
Yabo
Collider or not.
Jordan and Jackson get dropped, and it's a St. Clair Monster Corporation demolition.
The zombies.
They're not going to do their happy thing.
Titles.
And you had to know that eventually the size advantage was going to come into play. And this Monster Corporation, some of the biggest boys on the block.
So what's going to happen when Mr. Happy does becomes Mr. Sad and does the sad dance?
I
Like, is
don't
the
know.
entire arena going to cry?
But apparently, someone got him to deafness.
Congo is hurt. And Outbreak's running the ring. You gotta believe Vito's
I gotta tell you, I
watching
just
the
had a
show. He's
light
scared
bulb.
of the Outbreak.
What?
Maybe Vito's
Whenever
contemplating
Mr. Happy
some
turns
of
into
Vampiro's
Mr.
words.
Sad,
Almost felt like an ultimatum for
he
fans.
makes all of the sprinklers go off in the fire suit and the smoke alarms,
Tag team precision.
and everybody has to wrestle in his tears.
Team, gentlemen.
Yeah, Priest of the fire department has that idea.
And
No, but I mean, don't actually set the things off. Like, just have the spigots go
We're gonna
off,
do tag team champion, Zach.
Well, here it is with that.
or do a rig.
So below.
And there's a cover.
With the clouds breaking up.
My God.
And then when Mr. Sad becomes Mr. Mad, then they can do Inferno matches.
Continues. Yabo Rubbo, the defending
Which would be really bad unless he lost weight, because I think he would die from, fire.
And the heat.
Yeah.
But certainly easier so upside
But
down.
what's really horrifying is when Mr. Mad becomes Mr. Horny.
Price from nowhere.
And then they start
Whoa,
listening to
whoa,
porn
the pause,
music,
that's it.
and
The
he
pause,
has
that's
a raging raging erection, and he's beating everybody with dildos, just like in Saints Row 3.
There's no problem since his match is Chapter St. Clair.
I know.
And it continues here with
But,
the
you know,
top prize at stake.
He
in
will
tag team wrestling.
fuck his way to victory.
To the outside, don't roll up. They've got it.
Okay, well, I guess that's the end of the tag team title match. Picking the brain took the job.
Well, it may derail a lot of plans behind the scenes, but the Brothers of Construction find a way to pull through against all odds. They're still our tag team champions.
That's right. They've still got their big shoes, their red noses, and their JCW tag team titles. Despite the wishes of 3 other formidable teams tonight, another celebration for the Brothers of Construction.
The challenges will keep on coming. It won't get any easier for Yabo and Rumbo.
Yeah.
The Outbreak want their shot again. They
It's
didn't
gonna
get
keep
pinned, Zach.
coming.
They had this match won at one point. They may have their day.
Like
Yabo
pumping
and Rumbo
iron.
right now celebrating, and I understand, Zach, members of our locker room are beginning to assemble out in the parking lot. They're anticipating.
Why are they assembling out in the parking lot?
The parking lot spot between Violent J and Big Vito.
And it's next, and I got a hell of a bad feeling about it.
So are we gonna cut to them fighting already?
Well, I guess. I'm not gonna spoil because I did see that part.
Yeah, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. This your chance, do your dance, make it clap with no hands. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. This your chance, do your dance, make it clap
Be backing it up
with no
too.
hands. Make it clap, 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 clap. Put that pussy on my lap, 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 lap. Only thing I ever knew is trap, trap, trap.
Look, I was doing it as a bit, bro. You're trying to do that like legit?
I'm just trying to fuck with you and
My word. Get the fuck off my screen. No, seriously.
Louis V all over me. This ain't Lacoste, boy. You can't afford what this shit costs, boy. If you ain't getting to no guap, must be lost, boy.
Like
Soldier Boy.
Looking like a bum, homie. Get this money out.
No, not Soldier Boy. White boy.
I told her back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up.
Wacko the Kid.
No, pack it up. You ain't ready. Pack it up.
Obviously in preparation.
Solid chair. Apparently, Mike Tyson combo.
Oh my god. He's really angry. I can tell he's really angry because he was punching the fucking air.
Jay's got a weapon. He's got the kendo stick. Violent Jay's ready for battle.
Oh my god. Are we gonna see a brawl?
Think about this, Jay. Jay.
Think about this, Jay. Think about your future.
Violent Jay with that
Oh,
kendo stick.
fuck you, Vito. Fuck you, you guinea bastard.
Violent Jay.
I'ma beat you.
Vito.
I'm gonna just lay back on this mobile home RV.
I guess the
like
question
about
is,
to blow job.
who's going to step in and cost Violent J the win?
Yo, watch.
What is it, bro? Why are you here, bro? I'm from New York. You gotta believe me. Everything I say is gospel, bro.
You can't do that.
You can't do that, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm doing Hulk Hogan if he was from,
That's
bro.
right. Majority owner. You are out.
Majority owner, bro. I get to do whatever I want because I'm a skinny fucking New Yorker version of Eric Cartman, bro.
So
Cool.
So yeah, Wheels. That's the ending. Because Vince Russo owns 51%, he demoted Violent J to just a regular wrestler. So
what are y'all's thoughts?
So now I made a joke earlier that, well, it actually is true, but this is not a wrestling program for me and Keg, who just go to wrestling fans. This wrestling program is meant to draw in Reese and Wheel Girl. Now Wheel Girl already says he's going to watch next week, and Reese already tapped out. So
Yay for Wheels.
I don't know. I'm just curious to see where this goes. If it starts, and I always wanted to see pure Vince Russo writing.
Cool, great, yay!
All right, so you want to continue this program, or you want to make a new recording?
Well, here's the thing. I'll just. Is the recording not on anymore?
No, it's still on. I'll just.
Oh, okay. So I guess I should just give my post-mortem now because this is what happens when you die. So I said last week, hey, if the show did not improve, I was straight up out. And I'm going to try and do this without running bits because I want to try and also be constructive because it's fun to run bits. But I've been giving the show, previous to this one. I've been trying to give it constructive criticisms. Okay, what you had
okay, technically 6 weeks with the last pay-per-view before the Russo era began.
Yeah, cool, good times. Anyways, I've been trying to
go ahead,
trying to give constructive criticism to the show, and it just seems, especially once I learned that these were all pre-tapes, this is the best they can do when they have lead time. So all of the unpaid consulting and unasked, unsolicited advice that I would give, which they would also tell me to go fuck myself because I've never done anything in business nor entertainment industry. I mean, I was a stagehand once and I helped, in a costume department and stuff. And I've also done some pitching of lines for production before, but never, not to their degree. That being said, the show did not improve from last week. It kind of got worse in some respects, and then but also, so if I would say it went down and got worse, but then came back up and was as bad as last week, but then at the end just got worse again because that's cool. I've seen this before in, like I mentioned briefly, saw it in TNA, saw it in WCW, saw it in WWF. Don't generally, and by the way, for WWF, it was actually semi-successful. There's a caveat: had sensational talent, had a creative filter. WCW, generally bad, just bad. Not because of mistakes, but because that was him unfiltered from the top down, but still having to deal with, air quote standards and practices. And that was his big issue, because he had a beef with so he was working at a deficit because he thought, oh, I'm going to have, I have the stroke from helping produce
the Attitude
talents.
Era. The Attitude Era.
Not the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era. It's talents the talents made Russo, not the other way around.
The Attitude Era, while Eric Bischoff was choking the life out the NWO, and that's why he's one.
Well, that was happening concurrently. That wasn't happening separately. But if that shit wouldn't have worked with anybody but Steve Austin, The Rock, DX, the Hardys and Dudleys when they came over, and ECW, that shit would not have happened solely with Vince Russo. That wasn't going to work without those talents. Like, so you're telling me that if they would have plucked Al Snow and Chris Candido and the new Midnight Express, like, they could have done it never would have worked. It never would have worked, because those guys were, I'll give you Shane Douglas, I'll give you the Radicals. It wasn't going to work. The shit that made it work was the filter at the top and the talents that were in the business, with the exception of The Rock, the talents that were in the business for like 10 years, 20 years in some cases, 50, at least 15.
Yeah.
That being said, Vince was best as a consultant, not as a booker or a writer. His writing is shit, and his booking is worse, because the stuff that he writes, it's whimsical and ridiculous, and you can find it funny. I'm not saying that people can't find that stuff funny, but it's also not something that you can get bored with it very easily. Whereas his booking is worse, because you book the matches in service to whatever your angles are. His angles are bad. The matches oftentimes don't all of the matches that happened, pretty much, with the exception of the Monster Incorporated, or the as I call it, the Monster Factory, like those fuckers. That's the closest that anything came to anything, because this was a rehash of the Shadow Cabinet idea that he had in TNA, and it didn't work, and it didn't quite work. It didn't quite work, but people kind of understood it, because those in the know and those very active in the IWC would know, or think they know. We don't really know, because the main people that would know are dead, or just like they don't care to rehash that, because ultimately it doesn't matter, because the product was bad anyways.
All right, you secured the memory.
But that being said, to rerail it back to Lunacy, most of the matches had nothing to do with the stuff that was happening in the backstage segments. We're supposed to take it as two different TV shows when it's supposed to be like one uniform TV show.
Now he did say in one of his programs that eventually the matches and the backstage was going to merge, but that's like in another 4 weeks. And with the Scepter Wheel Girl, I'm pretty sure no one's going to wait 4 more weeks until the merging finishes.
Well, I have a slight disagree with that. I think people that want to try and get the full story, the full angle, will follow that, because that's what they want. Like, they want to see where it goes, and that's fair, to them. Like, I'm not going to go and say don't watch it. I will tell everybody I don't want to fucking watch this shit anymore, because oh my god, I've fucking seen this for 30 years. Stop it. But just
like the show to that point, Ty. This is lead in, so this was all pre-produced. He could have done it from the get-go and not done all this preamble shit. Because what the fuck is the point of the preamble? Again, wrestling fans in general, fans of entertainment in general, they're not terribly hard to figure out. You're not being cerebral by adding extra content that makes no sense to a wrestling meeting. You're not changing anything. You're just adding extra shit that doesn't make sense. It's like when dickheads say, "Oh, well, they had a game. The game would have been complete, but then they add more shit to it, and that was like the best thing ever." It's like, is it? If the game was complete, like story-wise, it started and then it ended, kind of closed. It doesn't suddenly become better just because you put extra content in it. It's neat that it's in there, but as a narrative or as like, especially if the ending doesn't change and things are generally the same, like quality of life improvements are an awesome thing and they should be included in games, but they're not 100% necessary, especially if the game was bad. To re-rail it back to this current conversation or this current analysis I'm doing on JCW, the show that Reese put on the pay-per-view, if we just watch that, for an indie show, that's pretty decent production. You know, it's not, it didn't look spectacular, but, you know, this is probably a spoiler for people who aren't in the know. That's how indie shows oftentimes look. When you have indie shows that are part of a bigger program, then you get a bigger crowd, usually. Juggalo gatherings in particular, they're a part, like wrestling is part of the show, but the main show is going to the actual concerts and the gathering itself, you know, and hanging out. Wrestling, they'll go to the wrestling thing because that's part of the show, that's not the draw. Again, to use a lot of words to basically say, Vinny, no one is, your story is so just disjointed that for someone that could actually, without, you know, not running bits, and looks at what you wrote, what you produced, and saying, so you wanted to get this effect by establishing Big Vito as a hard ass, coming in as the protector for your investment, you know, and he's a bit of a sleazeball, but he's, you know, there might be a method to his madness, and or he's just a goon, he's just a hired goon for you to do your dirty work, you know, as the middleman, you being the Don, him being the officer. That's how that's supposed to work. And your first order of business, both the last two episodes, were for you to come down, berate your core audience, in the hopes that that's an attractive sell for people who want to watch a general asshole insult people. It might be. There are enough psychos out there that would enjoy that. But do you think those psychos will translate into dollars for your product? I don't think so. I think they'll enjoy the content on the premise of they like assholes being assholes, and then never pay for any of your shit because it's not that good. If I'm gonna, you know, if history is any indicator of now. Also, it's a lot harder for people. People don't have the disposable income that they did 15 years ago to spend money on your garbage. So it's a tougher market to sell to. It's not that people don't like, you know, can't get into assholes being assholes to other assholes. It's that you're trying to get people that are into assholes being assholes to other assholes to spend money on the product that is something they could watch for free and done better previously. That's me not trying to be a dick to Russo or JCW. That's just a reality of the thing. Now, could it get better? It's entirely possible. There's a greater than zero chance that it could get better. But much like with WWE, AEW, most wrestling these days, if I have to move goalposts and create caveats and spin doctor why qualify why this is good, is it really good or is it just bad, but I'm trying to convince myself it's good? And also, I potentially am those companies' bottom line, really. Just food for thought. People didn't like, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson getting, air quotes, screwed over by the Authority. People didn't like that Batista and John Cena were being screwed over by cabinets. People didn't like that Steve Austin and later The Rock were getting screwed by
Mr.
the
McMahon.
McMahon family.
Yeah.
The only time that it relatively worked is when there was a gray area with the NWO. And then that thing, much like in Akira, Tetsuo'd itself into oblivion because it just kept growing and growing and growing until it was just going to die. It didn't have any more fuel to consume. And so it starved itself to death because everybody was jaded to it. The Four Horsemen back in the 80s, they wore that stable out, and God bless them, it worked for pretty much a decade.
And to be fair, with the exception of Rick and Arn, they always change members. So even if it got tired, eventually a member's gonna switch, and there's a new Four Horsemen all over again. Go ahead, Wheels.
From what I read, the Four Horsemen was 90s, not 80s.
It was 80s.
80s. Remember the World Games we watched, where the first World Games we watched.
In fairness to Wheels, I don't know what you read. So they did exist in the 90s. I'm not disputing that. I'm saying it was also
maybe I misread something, and I just realized I did read something, and my brain was focused on my brain was focused on WWE, not WCW of the 80s.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
no party foul. That's like it's there. It's both right for different reasons. That being said, that's my overall analysis. I have 6 weeks of JCW that I had, thrown myself into. I knew that I was crawling into a septic tank with the hazmat, and my only goal was, is this going to have any improvement week to week? And it just didn't. It started at a deficit. It showed, the talent themselves during the matches, not really that bad. But the matches don't mean anything. The rules are inconsistent, as if they're running an ECW type, adjacent promotion. So rules are harder to kind of enforce. But every week it didn't improve. It did not improve linearly. Now, if you put in the caveat of it got more disjointed and insane and kind of dumb, then I guess, yes, it improved almost exponentially every week. But we're not, that's me that's me examining it from a mirror perspective, not my reality that exists in this one where we all exist, I have to look at it through the lens of they were trying to make it bad or worse every week, which is not what they're going to say, and nor should they say that, I guess, if they want to feign any credibility. But how it came off was it started week 1. Okay, it's week 1. A lot of latitude. Week 2, worse. Week 3, worse with question marks. Week 4, pretty bad with question marks. Week 5, buying my ticket to any. Week 6, no, seriously, I'll drive the bus. I'll fix the bus and drive the bus. Get me the fuck out of here. I need exfil now.
I can understand it's not being for you, but I don't think it actually actively got worse. It just never improved from the starting point.
No, it got worse. The starting point was 0.
Yeah.
And then it went -1,
Yeah,
-2, -3, -4, -5. It never went back to 0. Which is kind of for Vince Russo, that's kind of where I would say it's actually a pretty big improvement. I mean, it's an improvement, but it's a very big improvement if he could just stay at 0. He didn't. It just kept getting worse because he added complexity into the story that didn't need to be there because it didn't mean anything. Vito was a red herring. Him coming in was the thing. He should have done that from the get-go. There's no reveal. Like, is the reveal... So the reveal is supposed to be that Vince Russo is the real investor. The problem with that, Wheels, is that we already fucking know that he's involved. And then if we have any brain cells whatsoever, we know this fucking guy's going to be the guy. It could have been somebody else, but it wasn't. And just because it could have been somebody else, that works until we get the reveal. The reveal was Vince Russo, and we're good. I'm good. I mean, I'm good. Not weird. I'm good. I've seen this shit happen before. And it'll play out probably differently than it has in the past. But the rhyming elements are, he's going to come on, he's going to do his things, he's going to do what he wants to do. People are going to tune out because they're, it's either hard to follow or people can follow it, but they just have thought bubbles with infinite question marks like why this, why that, why the other. And then he's going to get upset that no one can understand his fucking genius. And then he's going to go home. And then he probably got a paycheck up front. And JCW is going to go back to what the format it was previously. And the people that love it are going to still support it. And the people that were like, well, that was a fucking weird trip, are going to act like that. And then just... But like no new fans are gonna on aggregate are gonna flock to this.
It's not gonna be permanent new fans. There's gonna be Vince Russo fans, of which the second Vince Russo takes his ball and went home, the fans go with them.
Yeah, so I guess, like I said, if you look at it through you have to look at it through caveats to say that it got better, but objectively it didn't get better. Like, even if I want to try and look at it from the lens of, okay, different is better. It was different every single time, but it wasn't different in such a way that I would have considered it better. At best, you could say it was a flat 0 on a scale to -5 to 5. It was a 0 every single thing because it was inconsistent. And again, because I can't go by, the matches were great or good, which none of them were good or great. They were just okay at best and then bad. The gimmicks are gimmicks. They're presented in a wrestling context, but that doesn't mean anything when your backstage vignettes don't really have anything to do with all of the would-be feuds. I tore WWE apart about Hug Games and how mid that was going to be.
I think everyone tore WWE apart about the last war. Well,
no, but Ty, you can confirm this. I said this fucking 3 months ago. It was going to be like, what the fuck is this? Why are they doing this? And you're like, well, they have to... Not like you were defending them. You're saying, well, Survivor Series, and they need a thing. And I was like, okay, I get it, but do you really think they're going to build the feud? And I think you said something to the effect of, "I don't think so," which
No, I said I didn't think so because what similar to the early war games back in the days, the real war games was Submit Surrender. Those are
Mhm.
centered around the bloodline, and the bloodline
Sure.
is disbanded. Well, who's gonna watch
Then it was
war
just a
games?
gimmick match.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the other thing about it,
And,
which was more damning, because people want Triple H's head for this, and it's like,
and let me just finish. Even if they change war games back to the Survivor Series match, it's still been mid why because why are these teams together in the first place?
yep. It was a very John Cena's team versus the Nexus thing that happened like 15 years ago. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
The faces don't want to work together because you put two heels on the face team. Yeah, that's going to work out. But my point being is they can't, for some reason, they can't slow burn a build towards that type of a match. Like I could get way more animated about like that guy where it's like, but it really, that was like, why are they doing this shit? Why does he was, and bless him, he's saying what I've been saying for months. But as I said on the panel at the Melee Games thing, it's what the fuck? Like they don't look like they care. They don't. Cody doesn't look like he wants to beat anybody. He just has an aura about him like he's going to beat everybody because that's the way that they're going to book that. Because they had no plan after he beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and they just fed him a bunch of fucking guys. And WWE, since 2004, have just been cherry-picking talent and running the last decent generation of OVW talent that they fucking, last time they built stars, rode them out until they were like, yeah, I just don't know if I want to do this. Cena being, bless him, being the guy that stayed the longest, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, because let's look at all the major OVW talent. Shelton Benjamin went back, is now currently in an AEW.
Yeah.
Right, or his career is pretty much in single digits.
He's there, but they don't know what to do with him because they're running into that same stupid ass creative doesn't have anything for you. It's like, well then fucking
then
find something for him to do.
Then fire creative.
You don't even got to fire creative. Tell them, hey, you want your job? Figure out something you can do with this fucking guy. Write him a send off. Write him a fucking old cowboy. I'm gonna ride into sunset shit, or have him die on his shield. Something. Fucking, do a Rocky 6 with Randy Orton. He'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
He may not like it, but he'll do it, and that would be a better ending. Honestly, they should have done this how they should have really done. God, I can't believe I'm doing it again. Because I've used fucking Rocky as a bullshit out for WWE for years now. But they should have done John Cena as Rocky 6. It's like, why, I'm just trying to, he's just trying to, go out on his own terms. He doesn't want to do anything after. He just wants to, show his best.
Like he wanted one last fight with all his might before he finally gets the fight system out once for all.
Yeah, and then have him go to, like, have him sit down with like Danny Davis, Danny Davis and Jim Cornette, and just have like have him shoot the shit for like 3 or 5 minutes. Be like, because they brought him into the business.
Exactly.
Like, hey, and then bring in as many surviving members as you can, assuming they're all like, show Jimmy Yang, for fucking God's sakes, the guys running a limo business. I think for John, he would go and be like, hey man, and just have it literally be like a storybook ending. It's like, hey guys, it's good to be amongst friends or something. I didn't want to say to the fucking Star Trek ending to absent friends, because they're all there, but But that would have been a cool send off for him. Instead, we're gonna get this bullshit, teary eyed $5,000 a seat bullshit Saturday night's main event thing. And they could have done, and they had plenty of time. They had a year that they could have. They had a year, and they also had access to Rocky VI that they could have just pulled for inspiration for that thing. Cena can remember lines. Cena can perform lines. The toughest thing is to get the talent, together and then have them kind of, get loose enough and relaxed enough to do something like that. Whereas the wrestling part, I mean, pie in the sky, you'd get MJF in so that MJF could. So here's the thing, right? You would have brought MJF or Cody. Fucking have Cody do it, but Cody's a champion, so whatever. I guess that's not a thing. But if Cody wasn't the champ, maybe Cody. But let's say you could bring MJF in. You have MJF come in. It's not quite, but sort of like show Cena, hey, I'm gonna be the fucking dog now. I'm gonna be the thing. And then you have Joe Hendry come out and save Cena. Post-match, he loses to MJF. MJF starts to try and put the boots to him. Joe Hendry comes, runs into the ring. No music, just runs into the ring. With the save. And then Cena, coronates Joe Hendry into the WWE. And then you run the OVW ending. There you go. That's it. That's all. That's literally, they didn't have to do this tournament shit because they're never going to agree on the opponent, because the opponents the opponents people want
is already
are
gone.
too fucking old.
Either
and the opponents that are there
or too gone, not in the company, or in case of Matt Cardona and Matt Cardona and Dolph Ziggler was already eliminated.
They were, but also I forgot who mentioned to me.
It was seen as handpicked opponents, and one of the AST kids was gone by the first round. So
yeah, well, what I was gonna say is I forgot who mentioned to me they should bring in Jericho just to swerve the IWC, and it's like, you're gonna bring in that fucking hobo to face John Cena, and what? And Cena's going to do the job for him? Fuck you, bro. That's not... No. Not the person that suggested it, but fuck you, WWE.
Well, remember, people are already pissed at the fact that... here's the thing. People were pissed because there's a very safe chance that the last match is going to be Gunther, and no one wants Gunther because Gunther is already proven himself. The problem is that his opponent is LA Knight, and LA Knight is almost as old as Cena. So either way, we lose. Either way, they lose.
Yeah, it's not great because they took forever to pull the trigger on LA Knight as a world championship contender. They could still they could still rebuild them. It's not like they can't. But when the iron was hot, they decided to put it back into the water bucket. They applied the cooling rods. But to put somebody over to, or their ability to maybe build somebody out of this, it's gone. It is. Because any up-and-comers that they had, they killed, and they usually kill when they bring them to the main roster now. And the business is lacking in talent they can cherry-pick from. Again, if they pull off MJF somehow out of this, everybody's going to be like, oh my god, this is the shit. This is the thing.
If MJF is good, if MJF is turned out to be the mystery person which actually makes sense. Obviously, that's not going to be happening because Tony isn't that stupid to let one of his moneymakers go. But if MJF is the one that curb stomped CM Punk, that gave I'm not calling it his calling Dangerous Life.
Oh my god.
Dangerous
See,
Life 2.0.
the fucking mental jack off that you've just proposed. Because I wasn't even thinking about that, but just think about it. If MJF was the guy and he curb stomped CM Punk and then he was revealed to be the guy, can you say I can make money? A lot of money?
I know, but like I said,
so much money that that TKO would back off on charging people fucking outlandish, rates for seats. Is
so much
because
money
they had a somewhat unresolved feud in AEW.
But like I said, unfortunately, as much as okay, this the best person makes sense, and no offense to Austin Theory, but no. But that's
but Austin Theory could. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But it's literally a moneymaker. But like I said, the problem is that means assuming that MGF did sign a new contract by now, then Tony Khan is not going to let him go. Not without something in return.
I would say that because TKO and WWE are not working under Vince's protocol with talent acquisition. So if they get to Max and they're like, hey, this is how we want to bring you in, and this is what we think we can do with you, Max will jump at. For those not in the know, Max was in WWE developmental. So he was one of the security guards for Samoan fat titty man on the way to the ring when he was working in WWE. So it's not like he doesn't have roots there. It really does depend on because again, Max seems like he'll take the cash at AEW because you're in the business of making money, as a livelihood, and if AEW is the better choice, it's going to be AEW. If you're more interested in the history of your legacy, you're going to go to WWE. Not because in the US, I should say, not because, oh God, you never made a talent, didn't go into the WWE. It's not really that. It's where you are. He's still young in his career where he could make, he could actually make a legitimate run for a title, and he could be one and done, but he'd always have that on his resume. But the shit that, yes, there have been reports of him, spurging out over Jewish things, and okay, all right. But if you look at the vast majority of wrestling fans these days, they're not us. They're not the 30, 40 somethings that exist. They're the generation after us and after them. And those people those kids are overly sensitive to shit like that. Max is one of those guys. He's still in his 20s. He's a full generation from people that fucking grew up in the, in the golden era and rockin' or the rock and wrestling thing, and new generation.
Yeah.
They might, even kids like me that kind of caught the crest of the wave of the Attitude Era, the NWO, the hardcore shit of the late 90s, early 2000s. Yes, and I went on a thing off this recording where the wrestling actually no, I didn't. I don't think I went into specifics. Actually, talking to somebody else about this, but wrestling fans nowadays are not the most, and back when we were growing up, are not the most complex creatures. We really fall into the category of we really fall into a few categories. Wrestling where the contest makes sense, wrestling where the comedy makes sense, or wrestling where the personal issue makes sense. But when you stray too far, if you keep it within a realm, a fairly reasonable realm, which is different for everybody. so like your wife is being creeped on by a guy, but nothing really comes of it. But it's a could be, and you want to defend your territory. That's every person, gay, straight, or otherwise, that would want to protect their partner. Like that's extremely relatable. In a comedic sense, it's like, oh, anything you can do, I can do better, and I'll do it, in a somewhat whimsical but athletic way. Keeping it, without going full clown shoes bullshit, it's possible.
And sorry to pause for a minute. So, unfortunately, Shang Shangli, his actor, passed away this afternoon.
Who passed away?
Kerry Tanaka. The person who plays Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat, the movie.
Yeah.
Man, that guy was cool.
Yeah. Sorry to pause
for those in the know, some people might know him more from Johnny Tsunami, Disney Channel original, as Johnny's grandpa. But yeah, rest in peace, mahalo. That beautiful pineapple. But I mean, not to derail from such a serious thing as a person passing away, but an entire business passed away because people that thought they knew better, turns out they didn't really know better, and now you run into the issues of Hug Games was mid. Yeah, it was mid. It's like, why are they having the match? It's like, because it's a gimmick match, because they can't afford to slow build a feud, and they kind of need that in order for them to be able to do those like a War Games match or a Hell in a Cell or an Elimination Chamber, hell, a Survivor Series elimination match. You can't build those anymore because you need to start those teams and those alliances 4 to 6 months before the event happens. That's half your year. And if you can't, like, it is difficult because you can never, you can, the way that injuries work now and the schedule does not seem to have slowed down much since Vince has, gone away. But it's less, but not so much less that they could, account for injuries and everything, which is unfortunate because, not to dehumanize the human element of the performers, but this is the business they chose to get into. They can say no. Especially nowadays, they can say no because they have guaranteed contracts now. They don't not have guaranteed contracts. It's built into their talent thing. That's why they have no non-competes. Is because the money is guaranteed to an extent. Now, back in the day, when you had old timers, there's a grain of truth to the Undertaker thinking, okay, I got to do this because I got to do this. But, Brock Lobster and Walrus Heyman could have edged Taker to win that match. And for all of the people that would have been like, oh, well, it wouldn't have been as big of an impact. Like, yeah, it's something that will never be done again, but it's more who was the one to do that. I'm trying to think. Who was a hot commodity? It wouldn't have made sense because parallel to that whole, program, they had the Yes Movement thing. Because ideally what you would do is you give them Batista and Randy Orton and fuck all of them. But you would have put Daniel Bryan in the program with The Undertaker, and The Undertaker would be such an overwhelming favorite that Daniel Bryan being made by The Undertaker would have made a lot better sense because he would have had that in his pocket to fully tell the Authority, it's like, no, I'm the future. I took the biggest icon in this company down. That wasn't Hulk Hogan. In the past 30 years, I took the guy down. And so you want to call me a B plus player? Well, I beat your most iconic gimmick. So, and then take that confidence into, like, it could have been, Daniel Bryan being the more wholesome version of a Steve Austin. And then at some point, when Phil came back, or Phil probably would have come back sooner if that was the build. But which again would have been a rehash of an Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, kind of feud. But it would have been a feud instead of a friendship thing. Well, they're friends, but it's Phil wants to be champion. Danny's the champion. God, you could have done a Cobra Kai fucking angle. You could have done a Karate Kid angle. Because you tell me that you're telling me that you could have Daniel Bryan as fucking Johnny LaRusso, or sorry, Danny LaRusso, and fucking Phil playing
Johnny Lawrence.
Oh my God, fucking tough kid, don't give a fuck kid from Chicago. That has been champion before, and kid a modest kid out of the Pacific Northwest that worked his ass off everywhere. The wholesome champion versus the prick, and that wouldn't have just sold. That wouldn't have just been a mint to print money. But it's spilt milk now. But but to rerail to the JCW thing, to not have the show go on too long of a tooth. The reason that I'm done myself with watching it is like, it was about what I expected and less. But I'm not saying people should not watch it. I'm saying check it out, and if you want to watch it and if you find it entertaining, right on. That's great. But if you do try and sell me that this is actually good, I'm going to vehemently disagree with you on me ever watching this. Like, for instance, the panel has to trick me into watching this shit now. Okay? It's like, hey, do you want to watch this? Oh, yeah, I'd love to watch this. And then it's JCW. And it's like, oh, you ass. God damn it. And then I'll be running bits and speaking in echo, and everyone's going to be mad at me, and it's going to be the most fun shit ever because, oh my God, stop it.
I stand by it's bad, but I don't think it actually truly got worse.
I think here's the argument that me and
that's fine, Wills.
I think here's the argument that we and Kick had, which every time Vince Russo gets on a roll, something happens of which he leaves. He got on the roll with WWF only because Vince McMahon has back. Like, you can't go to Vince Russo without going to Vince McMahon. I don't think no one's going to cross the balls for obvious reasons. And rightfully so, he left because he wanted to be closer to his family. And Vince was like, hey, you make enough money, go hire a babysitter. Now, here's the only thing. Now here's a trick. Even though he vehemently denies it, and even had Razorfist repost a video on Vince Russo's channel about how he is not about how Vince McMahon is not Vince Russo's filter. Here's the thing. He went to WCW. Problem is, WCW is a publicly owned company, and investors and stockholders and all people above were like, what the fuck is he doing? And 3 months later, he pretty much was out and then brought back in with Eric Bischoff supervising him. But in football terms, it's like having Richie Kotite supervise Adam Gase. You can't actually have 2 bad coaches supervising each other. No offense to Eric Bischoff, but he admits that he doesn't know how to end a storyline, and Vince Russo's endings is always building. he doesn't want anything to come to an end.
Vince. Yeah, I'm going to see how this goes and see how letting Vince have unlimited control and no sense of ending.
Yeah,
Seeing
because here's the
how
thing.
this explodes in J Two Face's face, because I don't think Shaggy wants to ever show up on the actual show.
Let me finish. Now, eventually, after his attempt to go back to WWE backfired, because by then it became a publicly traded company, as they wasn't having it. Like he went to TNA. Now the problem is that even though that one Jerry didn't want involved at all, which caused a few of the jobs for a while, and two, eventually the TV networks didn't want him involved at all, to the point where they found out that Vince Russo was still working for a company when Disney Carr was in charge of TNA. They pretty much canned the show. So now we have a Vince Russo currently that has no censors, no Vince McMahon, no investors, no board directors, no television higher ups. He is the top piece of criminal crop. He gets to write the show he wants so desperately. The show that will represent professional wrestling 10, 20 years to come, where pretty much all of us are dead, or at the very least, an old folks' home. Now, like I said, as the last 5 weekends, I can consider the pay-per-view I watched as week 0, as in to say like, hey, I'm an investor, and then that's when that's where Vince Russo begins. I'm sorry, I don't see anything that says this is a hidden talent that's been forced to hide away for almost 35 years. I'm sorry. Maybe Will Girl is right. Maybe it does become better. And also, I said at the beginning of the show that me and Keg are not the audience that Vince Russo is hunting for. The audience that Vince Russo is hunting for is Will Girl and Reese. And Reese said a long time ago he's already tapped out.
The problem was where
they didn't actually successfully grab me. I just want to see where this. I'm just amused by the train wreck more than actually being captured audience.
And that's the trick, Will Girl. That's Vince Russo's strategy in the show. You want to see next week to watch the train wreck. That is exactly Vince Russo's strategy. Tune in next week because you want to see how bad the train wreck gets. Unfortunately, it is for me and Keg. We already saw the train wreck. We already saw the train wreck at least 3 companies over.
Vince Russo has always been about the swerve. And I personally got swerved in a way that I don't want to ever get swerved again. This has nothing to do with lunacy, by the way. This has more to do with his fucking Patreon.
Ooh.
You see, folks, I signed up for Vince Russo's The Brand Patreon because a friend of mine, R.D. Reynolds, co-hosted a podcast with Vince Russo a couple of years ago called The Joker's Mustache. It was a show where he and Russo and R.D. Reynolds and Vince Russo of WrestleCrap.com, they would discuss in great detail a Batman episode from 1963. And
I mean, it was 66.
Let me finish. I wanted to get every one of the episodes. It's not difficult to download content from Patreon. I was ready to do that. The only way I could sign up for Channel Attitude, which was Vince Russo's brand before he decided to call it Brotainment or whatever the fuck he wants to call it. The sign up button goes straight to his Patreon. Okay, fine, I'll go along with a gag. I sign up. I tried to access the website and I can't access the website. I was then sent an email automatically through Patreon by Russo's podcast host, Jeff Lane. And it says, message him for access. Okay, so I send him an email saying, "Hey, I'd like to be able to log into Channel Attitude. I'm really looking forward to watching the Joker's mustache." About 4 or 5 days later, he gets back to me and says, "Joker's mustache is not available at the moment, but feel free to go here," which was like a link to the help desk of Channel Attitude, if you need help getting in. And oh hey, feel free to check out the latest episode of Vince Russo's The Brand. Like, I really want to sit through that fucking podcast. I don't give a shit, Vince. I don't want to. I didn't give a shit about Lunacy, which, by the way, I had advanced access to every episode. I just didn't bother to access it because I don't care about this promotion. I don't care. Ty's already mentioned in great detail that I've already checked out. I was checked out before he even hit the play button the first time. The last time I really sat down and watched a wrestling show on my own was like the week after Chris Benoit did his thing. That we are now 18 years in. It's almost been 20 years to the day that I stopped watching wrestling full time. Around the same time I stopped watching television altogether full time. I see no reason to go back to TV now, let alone wrestling. During the recording of this podcast, I went to the brand's Patreon page and I disconnected myself. I canceled my subscription. I said in my cancellation reason, I wanted to watch the Joker's mustache, which was advertised on the Channel Attitude page. I was told it's not there. I feel ripped off. Period. I'm now wondering, and I'm kind of wondering whether to even mention this publicly because this is being recorded. I am wondering whether or not it's even feasible to pursue legal action. Because Vince Russo promised a service and did not deliver. I'm kind of pissed off at this motherfucker. I'm starting to understand why Jim Cornette has problems with Vince Russo.
And
I don't know if he's exactly a snake in the grass. But I do know that it's enough to where even my friend R.D. Reynolds can't get back to me on this issue. He's probably bound by some kind of contract. Who knows? It's probably the same reason why Vince Russo is able to get all these celebrities to sign on to his service or whatever, or associate with them. He's probably like Acclaim Entertainment, really good with contracts and securing deals. That's probably why he keeps getting all these jobs when he really does not deserve any of them. He's probably a really fast talker. And hey, he had the masterclass. he worked alongside Vince, who probably also had fast talkers under his wing. But yeah, I got swerved. Not by JCW, although that was the exact tagline for the episode. Violent J got swerved. I got swerved into thinking that I was getting a business thing, and just like Keg, I'm fumbling for words. I'm also tired, but I'm hoping you understand where I'm getting at.
I understand because so at one point there was a month, there's 1 day, there's 1 week of the brand because at that point I was listening to all wrestling podcasts, and this is the one passionate podcast I couldn't get access to because I like every single other wrestling podcast is not free on YouTube with commercials. Yeah, if you want to see his 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 unfiltered thing of Raw, SmackDown. At the time, he was doing a show which any that did anything that had anything but any entertainment but wrestling. That was off for like 3 weeks before he decided to cancel it. In fact, the Coach and Bros show, which is one of his current shows with Jonathan Coachman, was supposed to be a football, a sports, and wrestling show. And eventually, it just went full wrestling. And unfortunately, I had to pay money to ask, "Hey, where's the sports part?" Like, oh well, no one wants the sports part, so and then just moved that to Crescent. I'm like no, it's supposed to be the coach. No, this is obviously I'm not going. I never signed up to be a freaking not Patreon member, YouTube subscription, but it's supposed to be wrestling and sports. I want to hear the sports part because I know their opinions are wrestling. It'll be a waste of time, but it's all wrestling now. It's like every single venture that Vince Russo tries outside of wrestling backfires and doesn't go his way. And one more thing about it right before I let Rhea go because I know she has some opinion of her own is that and this is me maybe I'm not gonna call myself a writer, but obviously as a dungeon master as someone was writing an RPG, a dungeon master for like 5-10 years. I actually know about 10 years to be honest. I started dungeon mastering before I had my stroke. Dungeon master for like 5 years. Writing an RPG. This is not the first one, by the way. Making a platform video game. Something that's involved with storylines, entertainment, and stuff like that. If Vince Russo really was the cream of the crop, then why isn't he Hollywood? He said himself that originally he went to college to become a Hollywood writer. It didn't go out that way, so he fell in love, so he switched his degree to journalism and writing. And last time I checked, nope. And last time I checked, he didn't go to the New York Post. He didn't go to the Times. He ran a video store, which got which Blockbuster put him out of business. But at the time, he met a radio podcast. Sorry, I'm not fucking train of thought because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, like 1:30 in the morning here, and eventually tried to grow the podcast bigger, the not podcast, the real show bigger, 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 but the whole purpose was to get the attention of Linda McMahon, who at the time the writer of WWE magazine was about to retire, and says, "Hey," and everybody's like, "Hey, a wrestling fan who's also graduated from university, come in." And then he sneaked his way into. Well, okay, he can't. He did sneak his way. One of Vince McMahon's like side journals brought him in because he's writing wrestling angles on himself during his time at WWE magazine. He's like, "Hey, this is what we do for a living," and I would go on and on and on. But the point is that if he's such a good writer, where's why did he write comic books? Why did he write fiction novels? The only three books he writes is biographies. Where's his Lord of the Rings? Where's his Twilight? Where's the stuff? Where's the books that he wrote that's on bookshelves selling off? Why doesn't he walk into Marvel or DC and says, "I want to watch a Batman. I want to watch for Spider-Man"? It's like he knows his limits as a writer, but doesn't want to say it because his his holier down attitude. That's my beef for him as a writer. Now, I'm not gonna say obviously I'm not gonna say I'm a great writer myself, but if he went to a prestigious university and bragged over again that's the greatest wrestling writer of all time, then why did it take to Hollywood? Like, you know how much it costs to write a book? The cost it was to make it in Word and then send it off to Amazon. That's it. But he won't even do that. And he's an established writer already, so the doors are already wide open. And he won't even do that. That's my final beef with Vince Russo. Not as a wrestling fan, or that'll be another 10 hours, but as a writer, he didn't even try. Oh, okay, you go. Sorry, Girl. Now's your turn.
It's fine. It's fine. It just now I'm just imagining if you had pictures next to inside a book about idioms, his would be probably next to the one about with the idiom smelling your own farts and thinking they smell like roses.
I think I got the superhero he could write for.
Who?
Are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Well, I'm laying down currently, but go ahead.
Okay. Man Bat. There you go, Vinny.
That's
you get man.
villain, not a hero.
You know there's a villain, right?
I meant character. My bad. I throw myself on the mercy of tempering vengeance with mercy, but Man Bat. Also, if he's a villain, that's a plus because Vinny loves assholes. He plays with them all the time. That's his forte is writing assholes. He doesn't write good guys. He doesn't write antiheroes. He writes assholes. He loves assholes. I mean, he's super anal about things. He just can't stop. Just like when I get into the bit where I'm talking in echo. Yeah, no, you thought I was going to do it. Not going to do it. Wheels is annoyed. He'll stop now.
I guess I ended on this then. Vince Russo had two websites as well. One obviously is Channel Attitude, which Reese talked about, and the other was Power and Ballyhoo. And as someone went to college for computer science and eventually not software security, cybersecurity. He paid someone to work the website. Okay, cool. And he never paid them.
Web development.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, web development. He paid the web developer to write the website. Okay, cool. Good job. He didn't pay the person. Okay, bad job. And he didn't change his passwords. This is the first and only time, well, that I know of, that someone asks, please don't buy something, merchandise from my store. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to, well, okay, Channel R2 lasted longer, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't want to pay for website costs anymore. Because now all of his content is on Patreon. As Lee King said, sometimes you get screwed. Sometimes Vince Russo gets screwed on Patreon. Yeah. But that, I guess that's the end of our review of our in-depth review of JCW episode 60. Don't expect this again. Probably the next time go on. It's probably to rough matches, bad matches, including some from Vince Russo. So get ready for that.
I will.
as and probably check on every once in a while to see how insane the stupid is. But no, we're not going to do. And this is the first and last time we're going to do a full episode Lunacy and the review and the backlash. Does anyone have anything to say before I start the recording?
Yes, beginning. So the
Relevant to this, so you can.
No, just relevant to anything at this point.
Netflix bought Warner Brothers reportedly, but I can't confirm that for real. So believe it at your own case.
Actually, Netflix won the bidding. They're in exclusivity talk, so who knows what the exact. So you'll find out the details in the coming weeks of what exactly Netflix is running away with.
Okay. Also, long live Russoism for the Russoism and for fans like me that want it to die. Well, good for you too.
So for me, for Keg, the two J wrestling fans, for Reese, who he failed to capture, for Weird Girl, who kind of successfully captured. This is the one and only review of JCW Lunacy, episode 60, Violent J, Vince Russo's for Violent J. Good night and good luck.